Hello, everybody. Welcome to the sportiest stream. How's it going? Hopefully everybody is doing well. We got a tournament today. We've got a big one. We've got the Unknown Esports 1v1 Showcase Tournament. It is a 2-day tournament here, hosted by Unknown Esports and Vexilad. If you guys know Vexilad, great guy, friend of mine. He invited me here. We've actually invited a couple different people here to watch this. We've got, I believe, 12 players. Yeah, we have 12 players here in this 1v1 showcase, all fighting, get to the playoffs and to leave with a small prize pool. I don't remember what exactly the prize pool is. I believe, I don't want to guess what it is. I think it's like $75. I believe it's like a $75 prize pool. I could be wrong. It actually might be even higher now. I don't know exactly what it is, but I believe it's like, oh, it's $150 actually. I just know it's 100. Okay, they told me it's $150. So they're going to get a share of the $150 prize pool that is at the end of this. Of course, you're not going to get to that prize pool unless you escape day one. So this is a pretty interesting tournament as we will take a look here at the bracket as it looks. Again, we have a fun little sheet here to show you all what's happening. Again, this is our bracket. We have 4 groups, each with 3 players. We're going to have all the matches getting streamed. Group A is casted by my friend over at Croutondust at Croutondust _ CROUTONDUST _. He's got the match of Twizzy J, Blurry, and CJ. Blurry, one of, I believe, 4 different European players in this tournament. Yeah, 3 of the players are European, so interesting. This is a North American-based tournament. All lobbies will be NA, unless both players are EU, but yeah, he is one of the 4 EU players in this one. Group B has another one, being Banks. That's the second EU player, but that group will be casted by Feisty Taquito, Feisty Taquit Zevo. He's got Squiddy, Wabaki, and Banks in his group. Again, Banks is one of the 4 European players here. Again, an interesting group. Taquito actually won't be live for a little while. He's actually going to be missing round 1. He will be here, though, for round 2, so you will be seeing him catch that, meaning that's the only match actually that won't be streamed. Will be Squiddy Wabaki's match. Although I believe Vexilad, who does have Group C, will also be trying to cover as much of that action as he can, as he has Group C, actually the only group without European players, being Skelter, Sasha, and Goose's group. Again, he will be heading Group C, which is a pretty competitive group. It's really close, and for me, Group D is an interesting group, because it's got Majestic, Mike, Marcos Acuna, and Cyber. Cyber being the only North American player in this group. Being that the first match will actually be a European match. It will be a European lobby for this match. Since both Majestic Mike and Marcos Acuna are European players, we'll be seeing them in an EU lobby. Obviously, every lobby after this, if there's at least one North American player, since this is a North American tournament, it will be an NA matchup. Again, this is just the groups here. Those matches that should take us all the way to around 7:45 or somewhere near that time. And actually, we're going to have a little bit of a break between the groups. The next match, again, as soon as we get that, Crouton will be joining us. We'll be getting, I think, Group A versus Group D. Yeah, we'll have Group A versus Group D. The top team from both these groups will face off to see who will get the topmost seed into the playoff bracket. Again, the topmost seed, you see there's the upper part of the bracket, the lower part of the bracket. We will be covering the lower parts, I believe. The winner of the group, of the match that we'll be seeing, will be playing one of the lower seeds. Oh, no, sorry. Winners will actually be going to here. We'll be covering 10 and 11. 10 and 11. We'll find out who 10 and 11 are, but again, it's going to be some of the lower ranked players. I believe everybody makes it to the playoffs. Yep, everybody will make it into the playoffs. So these group stage matches, just to determine seeding, you don't want to be in the lower part of the bracket because that means you might be out very quickly. And if you can get that number 1 seed, you already give yourself a really strong shot at getting into that prize pool. I believe only top 2 get it though. So you gotta make yourself known somehow. As we are again getting into the action very soon here. 5 minutes before match starts. So my first match again is going to be Majestic Mike, Marcos Acuna. As again, we'll take a quick look at the lineup. Reminder: this is the only European match, so both these players will be actually playing on EU lobbies. But for any other match they'll play in, most likely it will be North American lobbies. Again, we got a long day ahead of us. We've got 6 matches. This stream will be covering all the matches of day 1. If you want to see me, I'll actually be on Croutondust stream tomorrow for day 2. Don't worry though, if you guys do pay attention to my YouTube, both streams I have agreed with Crouton. We're gonna post both streams on my YouTube, so the day 2 stream, even though it will be on Croutondust stream, will be on my YouTube. One way or another, we'll get it there. And it should hopefully make things a little easier so that we can have the whole tournament on my YouTube page. Because I know that I want to make sure I have it documented, and I know a lot of people want to have it documented as well. And have a kind of a video record of it. Again, we have, again, 3 other crashes going on. Vexilad, Taquito, Croutondust, all covering their streams. As hello there, Octagon. As I do see a follow coming in from Dumosaurus. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Spodius stream. Again, this is our week 1 matches. Again, Taquito. Taquito isn't live. Yeah, he won't be live for round 1. He'll be live for round 2. Juicy Berg. He can't make round 1, so he's gonna be making it to round 2. That's why. There's actually only one match that won't be streamed. That will be his first round match, which would be Squiddy Wapaki. That match will be off stream. I'm sure Vexilad though. He said that he'll find a way to kind of incorporate it somehow. As of course we got a lot of matches coming up for you all. It's gonna be a freestyle heavy match. Which one? This one? Or Taquito's? Taquito's match, yeah, that'd be a fun one. Again, some of these players are really high ranked and they're really mechanical. And if you want to talk about freestyle, we have Blurry. So everybody knows Blurry for his freestyle mechanics. He is a pretty mechanical player. I'll be interested in seeing how well he does in this tournament. As we're gonna make sure we get Squiddy Wabaki. That will be an interesting match. That will be exciting. I can tell you that. As yeah, that match again will unfortunately be off stream, but everything else should be on at least somebody's stream. And again, Vexy, I'm sure he'll find a way to again incorporate it, get it included somehow. As again, we got 6 matches lined up today on this stream. As again, we'll make sure to get this series underway. Again, prediction poll is up. You got 2 minutes left to predict on who you think will take this one. It'll be either Majestic Mike or Marcos Acuna. By reminder, since both of these players are EU, ping will not be an issue. So if you are trying to use ping to your advantage, that's impossible. Both these players are EU. We're going to be on an EU lobby, so ping will not make a difference. As we're looking to get everything sorted out here and ready up. Again, giving me a quick, just trying to make sure we get everything set up. Again, reminder, this tournament is the Unknown Esports 1v1 Showcase, a big tournament. Again, $150 prize pool at the end of this, so as again, we'll be getting things started soon. We'll go in-game, because I know these guys gotta be showing up any moment here. We do have the lobby info has been sent, so they'll be here any moment. Again, for what will be our first match tonight. All matches today will be best of 3. All matches tomorrow will be best of 3, except for the semifinals, or as they call it, the top 4, and the finals. Those are both best of 5s. Again, today, it's only best of 3s. Every match is best of 3, including elimination matches, so expect some interesting thing. Of course, though, we're only going to be seeing 2 elimination matches. We're going to see 4 matches to determine seeding. We're going to see 2 elimination-style matches to determine who will move on to day 2, as making sure that everything hopefully is getting set up. We should be having these guys in any moment. Yeah, video match start time. And they should be here. Should be getting ourselves started up. I don't know where they are, but should be ready at the match start time. Again, this is going to be quite the match. As again, it's an exciting match. As yes, Majestic Mike, Marcos Acuna. As I'm assuming Mike is a soggy dog, and Acuna is probably Marcos Acuna. Oh dear, the in-game names not the same as what I think what I was expecting, but I love a little bit of fun. But anyways, again, let's get to this one. Let's get into these 1v1s. You know, we gotta see this stuff. This is some pretty fun action. As again, a soggy dog is Majestic Mike. As again, we're gonna get a mouth in. The nice thing is, if they somehow change their names, we'll know who is who, because they're gonna join their respective sides. Make sure we can get them in here again for this best of 3. Round 1. Majestic Mike also known, I guess, as a soggy dog. I love that name. And Marcos Acuna, who is just got his last name Acuna in the lobby again. A best of 3 to start off our action. Reminder: we're gonna have 6 matches tonight. They're all gonna be best of 3s though, so it's gonna be a nice long night of action. We're gonna see. We might actually have a chance to add a couple reverse sweeps tonight. We'll see what happens here and it is a 1v1, and both of these players, half the EU fan base here tonight in just this match alone. And the other 2 EU players being Blurry, who's in Group A. And, oh dear, I already forgot names. I'm not great at remembering names when they're not in my own group. As, again, Blurry, and the other one being, I believe it's Banks, who's in Group B. Again, fun action as Marcos Acuna already up by 1, trying to get the second, but Mike won't let him have it. Acuna still trying to search for it as Mike just waiting for the opportunity. These are some high-level players, so I expect them to take a lot of caution here as Marcos trying to find that one. Mike will be thankful that there was no shot on the end of that one as he really wasn't prepared for it. Does feel like Majestic Mike just trying to kind of poke and prod at Marcos Acuna, seeing maybe just what Marcos Acuna has as a weakness, as a strength, whatever it is, as Acuna. Oh, what a juke there around Mike. Still taking it is Acuna. That one is wide and doesn't matter. Mike has to say, but he is on 0 boost, so Marcos Acuna doing well on that front is now up for the dribble. Marcos Acuna. When he boosts left, still gets the shot. That should be number 2. It will. The ball falls right in for Marcos Acuna. And now he's up 2-0 on Majestic Mike. That one up and over. Marcos Acuna taking his sweet time at putting that ball in. I do expect, though, Mike to start to find more success as this series goes on. As also, I should also mention, a lot of these players are part of the org known Esports, so, in fact, I believe all of them, actually, or at least have some connection to this org. Whether they be players, whether they be staff. Most of them are players. There are some, I think, some of these guys are just also fans as well, which is kind of fun to think about. Again, I believe all these people have some competitive experience on this org, so they do know each other, which is another interesting aspect to add to this as Marcos Acuna trying to make the quick turn. Mike not too surprised on that play as Marcos Acuna trying to change things up every now and again as now he's on 18 boost. Marcos Acuna's got to be careful because Mike is going to try to do whatever he can to flick that in. Oh my goodness, Mike! Oh, that's a sweet play from Majestic Mike. Off the back wall. Backflip it in. Oh, we got to see that play again. What a beautiful goal. Majestic Mike really living up to his name there with that play. Ooh-wee. That is beautiful. There's now one back for Marcos Acuna. He really didn't have much time for that one. As just an immediate response. Really leaving Mike no time whatsoever to maybe think up of a change of play. As game 1 again is going to Marcos Acuna. Reminder: this is a best of 3 though, so even if Mike loses this one, which is looking more and more likely with every goal that goes in, we do have again a lot of chances of he still has 2 more chances to take this series back, and we do have a lot of time for all of these series. I believe we have actually 40 minutes in between each series, so again, we're not going to be skipping replays for right now, because chances are some of these series might be quick. And even the long ones, we do actually have a rule in place if games get a bit too much of a blowout, as very rarely we might have the chance of seeing it, but if one of these players does go up by 10 goals, there is a rule in place to help mitigate long, lengthy series for that, although we'll see if that happens, because right now it is back and forth as Mike got another one. That air dribble, though, was surprisingly quite low for what he's trying to do there. He really didn't get high off the ground on that one. But again, as I was talking about, we do have to get a mercy rule if one player does get a goal differential of 10 goals into their favor. Very unlikely that happens. It is possible as Marcos Acuna, the back post. Oh, he's now missed this one. Mike, he's got to open it the other way, and he won't miss. No nonsense offense from Mike. A counterattack, and he knows what he's doing, and that is exactly what he should be doing there. Don't try to outdo it. And I really can't blame him for that. That's just making sure you do the simple plays. This one off to the back wall. Miss here. Both players, again, posturing still. It still feels like they haven't really learned fully. You can see them starting to get a little more comfortable, although it's really a lot more comfortable for Mike, who's catching Marcos Acuna on some of these overcommits. Still, no breakthrough. Marcos Acuna. Oh, we got around him. That's not on target, though, and he's got to move out of defense. Sorry, out of offense, back to defense. He's keeping the ball here against Mike, but he isn't putting it in. Unfortunately, that's only half the work to get a goal. Because now Marcos Acuna again with the ball. Mike's got to start to dispossess him here, because the more chances Marcos Acuna gets, the more chance he has at scoring. As now, has he overcommitted again? It's off the post. Marcos Acuna got to be a little more careful than that, because every time he overcommits is another chance back the other way. So far, not too many issues as this game staying incredibly close. Oh, that's a bad touch from Mike. He's left on no boost. Marcos Acuna has so much control, and he wants to get the quick flick. Majestic Mike saw that. Still doesn't have boost control, though. Meaning that Marcos Acuna has even more space, and Mike's starting to really go all in on these challenges. Unfortunately for him, it doesn't work, but he doesn't need to worry, because Marcos Acuna absolutely wasted that open net. It was open for so long. I'm surprised he didn't score that, as now Marcos Acuna is still going across. We haven't seen a goal in a while from either of these players. Both of them just kind of waiting. Mike playing really desperate defense. 30 seconds now. Marcos Acuna going back and forth, taking the boost whenever he can. Mike, he's got to start challenging at some of these plays, because right now Marcos Acuna, no issues. Just doing the same thing over and over again. Again, he goes up, trying to find that fifth goal. Just can't overcommit. And Mike will even get a shot in this game. Marcos Acuna is waiting. Oh, and this waiting is going to take off all the time left here. 0 seconds on the clock. Marcos Acuna will wait for his opportunities to now become 0. A Game 1 win for Marcos Acuna. He had some struggles scoring near the end of it. He has 9 shots more than Mike. Problem though with him was he had some of those open nets where he just didn't put them in, where he really should have. But he won't mind. Marcos Acuna takes Game 1. As we are going to go to Game 3 here of this series. Both these players immediately want to get back into it, and I do too, because this game was actually surprisingly quick. We'll see if maybe Game 2 we see more goals go in. That's generally pretty true. Although Mike, I just noticed he had 6 saves last game. That's a lot of saves, but unfortunately for him, he has less shots than saves, which is not a good thing in ones. Especially when you're playing against Marcos Acuna, who, if his shooting just got a little bit better, oh, he'd be in a world of pain here for Mike. This could be a much tougher series in Game 2, especially again if Marcos Acuna gets his shooting up to a level that is a little more respectable. I believe we might see Mike in round 2. We'll see though, as Marcos Acuna wants to cook to a pinch. Now he just shoots it. Mike is less than impressed, I think, in that play. Although Marcos Acuna still dribbling. And he's not leaving the play, and now he just bumps Mike out of the way. What is an open net for Marcos Acuna? All he has to do is walk it in, and he does exactly that. No questions. No, only answers. Marcos Acuna bumps Mike out of the way, and that net is left wide open for him. Never lost possession, never lost his eye on that ball. And he just kept going. Acuna, the dribble around Mike. Acuna, the only player actually in this group who's not going to have both his games back to back, so I have to kind of warm himself up. Well, in round 2, when we have Mike who will stay on the field. He'll be playing against Cyber, so that matches. Marcos Acuna, that's number 2. Mike is out of position, and it makes this game very difficult for him here, as that one completely open for him. Marcos Acuna doesn't even blink at that opportunity. He just knows that it's open, knows that it's there. And he has no problem scoring. Marcos Acuna with the dribble. He wants a third goal. He wants to get the scoring up quickly. Mike won't let him have it. Acuna, again, the one thing that worries me about him is how much boost he uses on offense. He overcommits so heavily. And I feel like sometimes he doesn't prioritize being able to get back onto defense when his offense doesn't work out. Well, again, the confidence is important in ones. Being overconfident is less of a good factor and more of a dangerous, detrimental play, and so far it's Mike who had overcommitted a little bit more in that play as he gave Marcos Acuna pretty easy shots and already 3 goals in Game 2 of this European matchup. Marcos Acuna, I mean, this guy, he is not slowing down. Mike hasn't even scored yet. This is not going to be a nice game. It looks like it's even more one-sided as Acuna doesn't get the boost there. Mike can get the ball possession because of it. Well, that touch just gives it away here from Mike. He had some space. I don't really know what he was thinking he was going to do with that. Marcos Acuna, I mean, already see how good this guy's dribble game is. Although that's a really bad flick, and Mike, there we go. He'll break the deadlock. Almost 2 full minutes of gameplay, and he gets his first goal. It's not looking good for Majestic Mike. At least that's 1 goal back that he can at least be happy with, and he can at least take as a positive sign. Marcos Acuna still up by 2, but for him to continue to be successful, he's just got to keep on scoring, got to keep extending this lead more and more. Is this kickoff? Actually, it was one that I think Marcos Acuna could have gone for. He said, he'll let Majestic Mike shoot it. Mike wants the cookship pinch, gets it, but it only goes in front of the net. Here from Marcos Acuna, who might try to return with his own solo play. Here he goes. Marcos Acuna has a lot of boost, has space, has the demo. Oh, but Mike, I can't believe he got in front of that one. But Marcos Acuna, he's going to go again off the ground. Mike saved by the post. Now he's just giving up that shot, though. Marcos Acuna hits the post again. Oh dear, that is a chance that Acuna hit 2 nets he probably should have scored on, and he missed both. Here comes our third. Is he going to miss the 3rd time? No, he'll take as much time as he needs on that. He'll put it in. You can't keep giving him chances and expect him to keep missing. And that is it there as Marcos Acuna, again, he's also doing well, just taking time off this clock. His control, well, he may not always be able to be the most efficient attacker, but he knows how to make sure that his opponents kind of forget about the clock, as that's not going to go in for him again. Just going to work as a time waster. He's still challenging, though. Marcos Acuna, definitely making life difficult for Mike here, as realistically, if you want to be the top player in this group, you got to win both your matches. Not an easy task, as Marcos Acuna, he's bouncing up with this one. He's got to flip resets. He won't be scoring that play anytime soon, but you can appreciate the fun mechanical usage here, as none of these players have really been all that solo play heavy. When it comes to solo plays, we haven't seen anything super flashy. Nothing crazier than maybe cookship pinches or air dribbles, or even air dribble bumps. We haven't seen any flip resets or double taps, so we'll see if any of these players feel like pulling one out. Marcos Acuna specifically might be one to do it, because he is in such a nice lead here as he goes off the ceiling. He's got the reset. He doesn't get much else, though. That one will bounce freely for Majestic Mike, who does find himself in a good chance to actually go for a solo by himself. That touch, though, goes away from the target. This one, Marcos Acuna. Off the sidewall. Oh, and a miss by Mike. Acuna still waiting. Majestic Mike. And I get there. Off the back wall. Mike's still trying to attack it, but time is running out for him in Game 2. Marcos Acuna. No more goals. He's, again, just trying to waste out time as well. Kind of as the goal scoring for him would be a second priority. Although that's a good move from Mike. Should be number 2. It will be number 2. As quickly as he can, he'll put it in the back of the net. There's still time left for him. That time will not be easily made for Majestic Mike, as he may have 2 goals. He's got to get 2 more, and he's only got 18 seconds left. Round 1 of this showcase. Reminder, no one eliminated because of this match. It is a group stage match, so Even if Mike loses the series, he won't be out of the running. And now that if might become a when, because time has run out here from Mike. Marcos Acuna will sweep him in the first round here. We're seeing more Mike later, but Marcos Acuna, after a great start in his group stage run, 2 straight games, really showing that he is clearly the better player in this one. Majestic Mike being made to chase Marcos Acuna so often, and the shooting so heavily in favor of Marcos Acuna. You really couldn't have seen any other scoreline. But I will say, only 8 goals scored for Marcos Acuna in this series. Quite a quick one, to say the least, but Marcos Acuna is our series winner here. As again, that is it. That is it there for round 1. It's quite quick, actually, how he did it here. As that will be it of that one. Marcos Acuna is your series winner. Again, very quick as well how he does it. It's very efficient. Doesn't take much time into these series, but that is it for round 1 here. You get a quick round 1, a sweep. Marcos Acuna never really looked like he was slowing down, I'll say that. So, again, that will be it of that. Again, if we take a look at our bracket reminder, there's still a couple other round 1 matches going on around the field here as in Group A, Croutondust watching as Twizzy Day and Blurry play against each other. Takedo, well, he's not going to be streaming, but Squiddy and Wabaki are playing each other. In Group C, Sculptor and Sasha are playing as... Again, that's it for that one. Quite a quick series here. Our series, I think, was easily the quickest one to end out of all of them, as our next match will be Majestic Mike and Cyber. Cyber being the only European player in this group. We will be going back to NA lobbies for the rest of this tournament. For as much as I know, as so far. I cannot call anything here, but we have actually gotten a report. It looks like Skelter sweeping Sasha. So another quick series on Vexy's side. Again, that is it for round 1. We'll be moving into round 2 very, very soon here, as again, it's going to be Majestic Mike taking on Cyber. So we'll be seeing here, as again, we just got a report actually on that series with Skelter outscoring Sasha 11-8 in both games, so a total goal differential of +3. Marcos Acuna has a overall goal differential of +3 himself, so matches are definitely staying close, which is definitely what you want to see here. As again, what a match! We'll be again going to a new series very, very soon here. As again, the action we've been seeing definitely interesting between all these players, but again, Marcos Acuna takes the first series tonight. Our next one, again, will be Majestic Mike and Cyber. We'll go to a quick intermission, and we'll be back very, very soon. Welcome back, everybody. How's it going? Again, sorry about that break. We're back, though. And again, we have round 2 now coming up. It's Majestic Mike, who did just suffer a sweep loss to Marcos Acuna. We'll be taking on what will be his, I guess, his last match of the group. He'll be taking on Cyber, who's going to have his first match of the group. I will say we did get some more results around the league, so let me make sure we get onto this display screen. In Group A, again, as I mentioned, Group A, Twizzy taking that to Group A. We actually got the result for Group A. Twizzy sweeping up Blurry. Actually, ironically, all the wins in round 1 that were streamed were 3 goal differentials in total. So Twizzy was able to beat Blurry. Again, a total goal differential of +3 for Twizzy. So that's a little interesting. And we can also give some updates here for Group B, which would be Taquito's group. Squiddy is unfortunately not going to be able to make it to his group stage matches, meaning that he is now just forfeited against Wabaki and Banks, meaning that Taquito, poor Taquito, was already having a stream start later than usual. He's now got to wait even longer so he can capture the last match of the group. Poor guy, I must say. I do feel bad for him, as other than that, again, all the matches stay the same. But for Group C, we got Sculptor versus Goose, the winner of that last match. We're going to take it on Goose here in Fexi live stream, and of course, as you see mine, we got Mike, Cyber, and then Group A, Crouton stream. He's got Twizzy, who again just beat Blurry, taking on CJ. So pretty fun match. Reminder to get the top. You want to get the top of your group so that you have a chance at getting to the last day where you're at. I believe what would be the top 4. We automatically qualify for the top 4. I gotta check. Make sure that's true. Yeah, if you become the top team in your group, you have a chance of actually qualifying for the top 4. If not, you go to the top 6. So still really important. Mercy rule. Yes, there is a mercy rule in this league. Let me show you what the mercy rule is. It's very simple. If a player, I should say, concedes, has a goal differential of 10 of 10 goals, we automatically employ mercy rule. It's just to make games quicker, because ultimately you guys don't want to see a player who's already down by 10 goals have to play longer in a series. So what we do is they lose that game, we go immediately to our next one. That's exactly how it works. Yes, we do have a mercy rule here, just to make sure these games keep going by, and also to make sure that, again, we don't have players getting absolutely beat on in a series. We don't want that. We don't want that at all, as we will be going back to our main screen here. Again, next match will be Mike and Cyber. Mike, having just suffered his first loss of the tournament. If he loses this, he's going to be at the bottom of his group. He's going to have to fight a long bracket to get back. And while there is such thing as a bracket momentum, you really don't want to be there. As prediction, yeah, don't worry, we got a prediction poll coming out. We'll make sure we get it 5 minutes before match start time. I'm just making sure we set it up here. So there we go. Okay, I got it up. Very ready. Let's get that prediction poll up. Mike versus Cyber. Mike did just lose. These are NA lobbies. Mike is a European player. Actually, both the other 2 players in this group, Mike and Marcos Acuna, are both European. Cyber being the only North American, but since this tournament is North American based, it will be NA lobbies, so we hopefully will be getting these players in the lobby very, very soon. I gotta make sure I get my private match up correctly. I'm on the wrong map. There we go. As again, prediction poll is up. Time to tell us who you think will take this one. Wanna get games? Hey man, if you ever have games you want me to stream them, Roses, let me know. I am totally down for that. Just DM me. Seriously, guys. There's multiple ways you can get me to stream your matches. You either DM me on Discord about your match, and I can get you that way. You book me on Your Next Up, which is a website for booking cashers. I am on that site. You can book me there. Or, which is the most unlikely way, you can DM me on Twitter at SportyFCRL. You can DM me there as well about your matches, and I can stream them for you. As we'll take a look at our lineups here for the series. Again, Majestic Mike, we did just see him play. He lost to Marcos Acuna in a sweep. Now playing Cyber. We'll see how this match goes again. If Mike loses this, he'll be at the bottom of his group. He's going to have to fight from all the way back from the first round, meaning there's a chance we see him. I don't actually know who we'd be seeing our playoff bracket, but yeah, there's a good chance he will not make it if he loses. So he wants to get good game differential. Because ultimately, if you're not at the top of your group, it is game differential that decides your seeding, and it's a really important thing. Because the difference between fourth and 6th seed to 7th and 8th seed is a whole match. So you want to make the difference, and the difference between 7th and 8th and 9 through 12 is another home match, so having a good game differential will help you with that, because unfortunately for these players, if you're not at the top of your group, it is not in your control whether or not you get the top seed or not. You are, though, in the top 4, I believe. Yeah, you're fine. Again, if you're 5th and 6th as well, it also helps is that if you are 5th and 6th seed, you also don't have to play for the rest of the day, so that's even more important for you. If you're 7th or 8th, you have to wait for your match, which, I'm just going to say this, in ones, momentum's such a huge factor. You don't want to wait for your matches. You want to get into your matches quickly. Unless you have really good seating, you're probably not going to have a very good time waiting for your next opponent, so you don't want to have that happen. I'm sure we're going to start to see players start to really get their seating solidified here as getting closer and closer to our match start time. Here between Majestic Mike and Cyber. Again, all these players are unknown esports players, so should be interesting. Again, they know each other, but this is interesting in that they are on different regions. So for Mike, he's gonna have some really tough ping. If his series against Acuna has already shown he hasn't had a very good day. He definitely didn't have control over Marcos Acuna, and you can see Marcos Acuna's speed and his own deft touches just help play him. We'll see if Cyber can do the same thing. I haven't seen Cyber in a 1v1, so I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but I'm excited to see how this will work out. As reminder, all match day are best of 3, so just got to win 2. It's that quick. It's also that easy to lose these series when the momentum goes against you. As Mike, again, already back in. He wants to prove that he definitely deserves to be here. If he can get a win, there is a good chance he can get to one of those high seeds. He, though, has to get a really big win. He has to basically win in a huge way. Essentially, he's got to sweep if he wants a chance at those high seeds, because losing your first round in a sweep, that's already the worst start you could have gone off to. He didn't lose by too many goals, which means goal differential actually isn't that bad for him, but game differential definitely is, and that is a priority seeding factor over goal differential, although goal differential is used, I believe. Let me find the seeding. Seeding is specific, as I'm trying to see if I can find the rules here on seeding. I actually have it listed in the Unknown Esports server. Again, there are rules to seeding. Let's see if this is it. No, there is not. That is not. So, again, let me. Here you go. Here's the rules. I'll pull up the rule sheet. We'll talk about seeding here. Here we go, tiebreakers again. We start off with our match record, basically. How many series wins do you have? Then we go to game differential, which already already Majestic Mike's not on a good start with the sweep in the first round. And then afterwards is goal differential. So again, because he has a -3 goal differential, if you can get a decent game differential, if he can sweep this series, he has a good chance of having his goal differential work for him. Of course, after that, our next one is most goals won, least goals against, mercy wins. By the way, again, that mercy rule is important, especially for tiebreakers. It is one of them. And if all else fails, we go to a best-of-1 series to decide. Again, we will try to determine this thing. I doubt there'll be any weird situations in our group, but if we do somehow get to that situation, which is very unlikely, almost certainly goal differential will probably be the match record, game differential, and goal differential will be the only tiebreakers we'll need. We do ever get down to that situation where we can't decide by match record, game differential, goal differential, most goals for, least goals against, or mercy wins. We do go to a best-of-1. We'll see if, again, that matters here is... what are you doing? Exclamation point rank. Those are you trying to ask what my rank is or what the rank of the players are? Well, these players are like high GC, I believe. I know Cyber definitely is like GC2. And I have to assume Mike's in the same position as everybody's in the lobby, so... good luck to both these players. I can't spell, whatever, it's not a big deal. As we'll get ourselves started here. Again, a best of 3. Reminder, this is round number 2 in this group here. Mike already had a 0-1 record. If he doesn't win this, he'll be at the bottom of his group and he'll have to play in the first round, and already not off to a great start. 7 seconds in, Cyber scores first. Reminder again, ping does favor Cyber. You can already see, look at that ping differential. Pretty big. Again, it's one of the disadvantages of being a European player, although in this tournament there are 4 separate European players. We'll see how well they do, even with the ping disadvantage. As for now, Cyber and Mike have to duel it out here on who will take down the other. Cyber dribble. Has he already got his second? No, Mike's got the save. Cyber won't be able to follow it up, but already you can see the mechanics, the plays of Cyber coming out in full force. Mike already at a bit of a disadvantage, it seems, as that one's gone by him. He didn't even get close to reading that. Cyber's put it in for 2, and a mistake from Majestic Mike. Cyber's got an open net to shoot on. And Cyber, again, with such a strong lead, he'll keep going with this. Yes, here we go. We keep on going. Cyber, again, he's also focusing on goal differential, which is a smart plan of action. Because, again, reminder, goal differential is a very likely tiebreaker. So getting as many goals in your favor as getting as many as you can is important, although that's a huge overcommit on that flip reset. An easy goal for Mike, as he'll get one back. Cyber went for the flip reset. You don't advise on that kind of a positional play, and what a hard shot here from Mike to put in. Cyber will have to watch his back a little more here. Because Mike will take advantage of that. He has done well at counterattacking. That's one thing he did pretty well when he played against Marcos Acuna. It's really the only thing I saw from that. I was impressed by is really for Mike, he's getting quite possibly outplayed by all these guys. He's having such a tough time really containing the control that his opponents have. And unfortunately in that one, he is credited with the own goal. Well, not really. He isn't giving any credit for any goals, but that is an own goal. And, well, it doesn't make his life any easier for him. And Cyber, already up by 2. One of the things that definitely does favor Cyber, though, is, again, with goal differential, the fact that none of the players who have won have very, very high goal differential. Everybody who's won has a goal differential of +3. Meaning that we'll be pretty happy as that one bouncing off the post, still in front. Mike will get it rid. Cyber still trying to attack. Again, trying to eye up that top spot. As this one, what a play in front. He's trying to pass to himself here. Mike will have the boost here, and now maybe a chance to try to get this goal back here, but Cyber is not too concerned. Calm plays from Cyber. Mike, you can just see, again, it feels like he's in a losing battle right now when it comes to possession. And a lot of these plays from him just feel a little off. He doesn't look ready. He doesn't look confident. And he most definitely isn't happy with how this game's going. I really can't blame him all that much because, well, this series really isn't going in his favor. As Cyber now leads by 3. A much higher scoring game here compared to the one that Mike had last year against Marcos Acuna, who, again, remind you, had a ton of control. Oh, that's beautiful from Cypher. Oh, ho, ho, ho. The double tap. That, well, that puts this game into perspective, doesn't it? Cyber is on a roll, and he isn't stopping. And for Majestic Mike, you really have to feel for him here, because there's nothing he can do to stop that. He just has to watch as it bounces its way in. And as Cyber just continues to beat down on him. And really, we could be seeing a lot more goals from Cyber's dribble. Here comes Cyber to the side wall. I don't know why he's going for so many solo plays when Mike can challenge, although that is very well played. Maybe I should stop talking, because Cyber knows exactly what he's doing. Oh, but he also knows how to hit the post very well. He's going to get demoed. That should have been a goal for Cyber. Sure, he's on low boost, but he didn't have to shoot it like that. It's so much time. He just dribbled it in. It was such a good healing shot play as well to get past Mike. Like forcing Mike to challenge and knowing that, and Mike, with the knowledge that Mike will never be able to hit the ball. Cyber, though, he's going for another one. This one might be going for nets, although that one is a complete flop as he's now flipped away from the play. And for the second time this game, Cyber got a little too overconfident. And that's what I mean by going for those solo plays like that. Unless you're confident in hitting them, you're not going to be seeing yourself getting a goal. You're going to be seeing your opponents getting them. And you can't make too many of those mistakes because people like Mike will catch on. They'll learn. They'll learn very quickly. Although Cyber doesn't seem too perturbed. As Mike, is he? Where is Mike? Yo, Mike is he's disappeared. Did he go for something? Did he go for boost? Oh, he went for boost. Oh, Mike, you don't do that. Oh, you definitely don't do that, Mike. And that is... I don't know why he went for the boost there. Did he just give up on the play? You don't give up on the play like that. Cyber with another one is... Oh no, Mike. Oh, that's an absolute nightmare of a play from Mike. It's another goal for Cyber. He's at a 5-goal differential. This game's getting worse for him. And Cyber isn't stopping. Well, this game getting worse and worse. Oh boy. Mike, he's got to forget about this game pretty quickly, because Cyber, he's not going to let him forget about this. He's going to make sure this game drags on as long as he can. There's only 7 minutes in real-life time. It feels like an eternity for Mike, I'm sure. This game still has 90 seconds left. 90 seconds left for Mike to maybe get one back, or Cyber to just increase his lead. But that's a big misplay. Mike! Oh, what a save from Cyber! Off his own back wall. That one was a little scary. Cyber can agree on that. He didn't get the best touch off that first one. He hit off the back wall, and he didn't get a good follow-up on it. But he's able to drop down, cut down the angle, and prevent Mike from what was supposed to be a pretty open net for him. Instead, Cyber's gonna go the other way. He'll get the goal. Woohoo, my goodness. The save, now the transition to a goal the other way. Cyber, at least compared to Mike, he's not looking very stoppable here. As well, this thing only getting scarier here for Majestic Mike. He does have one shot. That's a good play. It's a corner. Oh, and another great save from Cyber. Having to reach to that one, not nearly as acrobatic as his first one, but still quite impressive. Now he's got the dribble. He's got the demo. It's off the back wall, Mike. Gonna have to respawn. It's gonna take him a while though, and Cyber, while that happens, just takes it all the way back. Just willing to have ball control over, trying to force himself out of position to get that goal. Mike now. Oh, he doesn't have a lot of boost, Mike. He's still got 60 left, but hitting bumps like this, definitely gonna make him use a lot more, and that net is open. Cyber will have it for free. Another one. He's near to double-digit goals here. 9-2. This match could take a while here, and Cyber is letting Mike know exactly how he feels about this series. He wants to come out on top. And again, he's already off to such a strong goal difference. Reminder, Marcos Acuna, total goals in his series against Mike, I believe, is actually less than how much Cyber has this game against Mike. I mean, it's only gotten worse. He's hit double digits now. 8 goals in the differential. Again, Marcos Acuna had 8 goals total in his series. Cyber's already got 10 this game. The goal differential of Marcos Acuna in his series against Mike was +3. Whereas Cyber, he's at +8, and it's only game 1, and he could just extend that lead to even more in game 2. As Mike, well, he's going to look for maybe just a flashy goal to end it. That double tap won't do anything in here. No more shots coming. The scoreline will end 10-2. Cyber dismantling Majestic Mike. A 10-2 scoreline. Well, one-sided would be an understatement on that one. As Mike, well, he really never let go of that one. And as Cyber now only needs one more game, and with how one-sided it's looking, very likely he could get it. I mean, I think most people are going to expect that he can get this as well. As we'll go into game 2 here. As here we go. Game 2. Cyber off to such a good start of his tournament run. The +8 goal differential from game 1 alone. Now he can look to try to do the same here in game 2. And give himself such a good situation here in this series. As now he's got the dribble! Well, that's a quick start for Cyber. Majestic Mike stood no chance. What really made this dribble so strong was how high up it was, forcing Mike to have to go a longer distance to catch up to it. At this point for Mike, it's all about damage control. He's finding himself in a situation that is quite unfavorable for him, as Reminder, goal differential, very important since seeding if you're not the top seed of your group, so it's going to be great for Cyber, terrible for Mike, because Mike, well, if the series goes the same way as it did in Game 1, he is, well, let's just say he's going to have a very low seed, and that doesn't make his life any easier. He's going to have to play a much tougher opponent. As Cyber, 2 goals already in less than 30 seconds. Majestic Mike. Just has to kind of throw his hands up and say, well, I don't know anymore, because Cyber, he's got a third. Oh, dear. You know, I didn't think we would actually have to call in the mercy rule, but I think we might have to call it this game, because Cyber's already got 3 goals. We're barely 30 seconds in. And for Mike, I see no way he gets out of this with how he's been playing. And it's not to discredit him, but Cyber's playing a lot better. The ping definitely helps him in that, but Mike also just doesn't seem to have the one's experience that Cyber does, or at the very least, he doesn't have the playstyle that can keep Cyber out. As here's a good touch from Mike, unfortunately for him. Cyber is prepared. He wants 4. Here he goes. Let's see the solo play from him. Cyber, good dribble. He's got the dunk on it. Mike will have to stop, but he doesn't get the boost, meaning another chance for Cyber, and another aerial play. Might want the bump. He got it on Mike, but a little too slowly, meaning he will go all the way back to defense, and he will still have ball possession. Oh, but he has given up that one there. But Mike never went for the boost. I don't know if he just didn't expect Cyber to miss it. We just kind of let Cyber have it, but you shouldn't be giving him free boost in that situation, because that means Cyber can make more saves like this, take more boosts like that, really make Mike's life a little more difficult, but that is a good demo. Should be some space here for Majestic Mike as the dribble. Need to get his first of the game. Here he goes! Cyber with another incredible block, and Mike, again, not prioritizing the boost grabs here. Meaning Cyber has free roam when he probably shouldn't be. He's gonna make him pay, potentially. What a block from Mike. Cyber on low boost, again, all the way back. Mike doing better at not getting scored on as easily, but he still has no goals, and there comes one from Cyber. Mike can't keep him out for long. As Cyber just keeps racking up the points, That's now 4 goals unanswered in this game. Mike, I don't even remember how many goals Cyber had unanswered at the end of the last game, but it was a lot, and so for Mike, he's had a very long goal drought. Especially in ones, it's very strange to have goal droughts that are longer than, that are longer than 5 minutes, and I think for Mike, he's heading close to it if he hasn't already hit that 5-minute mark already in a goal drought. As here comes a dribble, that's weak though. Cyber with another block, and Mike's overcommitted. Cyber should just put this in, and well, he will. He's not going to take any chances. He'll just put it into the back corner. There's number 5 for Cyber. He's getting back to his goal-scoring ways as Majestic Mike overcommitted. He tried to race back, but, I mean, his chances of getting there in time are next to nothing. Cyber at 5. When will Mike get his first goal? I mean, shutouts, I don't think we've ever... We may have seen shutouts before in 1v1s, but they don't happen often. When they do, it's usually because one player is a lot better than the other. Is Cyber, double foot reset, shots off the crossbar, and he does hit wide. That was Cyber trying to get a little fancy for us here. You gotta love those kind of plays. Really expecting that double foot reset to be hit there, but he knew that Mike was not willing to challenge and knew that his foot reset play was probably not gonna be good enough. As, I mean, look at this from Cyber. Great job keeping his momentum on that one. And Mike, oh, he's got him flicked. Cyber's got number 6. And for Mike, I mean, you can't help but feel kind of bad for this guy. He just can't catch a break. No matter what Cyber does, Mike cannot seem to answer him, and Cyber is just under full control here. I might have another quick series on this one, as this one, I mean, we've already guaranteed that this is going to be a sweep. I mean, unless Mike does the unthinkable and somehow gets 6 goals in a row, and then somehow can keep Cyber from scoring. I mean, he is in a situation that is so favorable. Cyber's in such a situation so favorable. Mike's in such a terrible situation. I mean, at this point for Mike, I mean, what do? You just... Cyber is walking all over you, and... I mean, he's doing it again. Here's number 7 for Cyber. This guy will not stop. Absolutely he won't stop. Look at this. Has a little dribble. He had a little fake there on Mike as well, as pretended that he didn't have that second touch. But obviously, he definitely had it in his back pocket. He gets it popped over Majestic Mike. Well, this game was over a long time ago, and I feel like it was over even after the first 3 goals scored in about 30 seconds. And for Mike, he just wants one. Not too much to ask for, I think, but yeah, Cyber, he wanted a pop there. He wanted to pop off the ground, maybe a plan B, but I think it was more so he was trying to go for a ground bounce, which is not something you see often in a 1v1. But I mean, when you're up by 7 goals, you have no need to go for some simple plays. As again, he's just gone wide here for Cyber. Mike, you get one. That's a good shot, but Cyber again keeping him out, and Mike is going to not concede position just yet, but Cyber's going to force him to here with that touch to the back wall. Mike trying to 50-50, but I mean, that was already a bad decision to go to the corner like that, and now Cyber making him jump at a lot more here. Cyber throwing this game in every single way as a bad flip reset. Mike, maybe he can make it 7-1. Oh, he's missed. Oh, he's missed. Maybe Cyber's going to keep him out. I mean, Mike, he is trying everything he can. He's challenging absolutely everything. He just doesn't want to be shut out. I mean, getting shut out is already pretty bad. Getting shut out in a 1v1's even worse, but Cyber may have just done it here as he's going to look to control this one. Flip reset, trying to make it 8. Won't be able to. Yes, he will at 0 seconds. Cyber's got an 8th goal. Well, we won't see the mercy rule put into play here as Cyber did not get a 10-goal differential. He does shut out Mike in this game. 8 goals to 0. You thought last game was bad. This game is even worse. Cyber with absolute control. 8 goals versus 0. Majestic Mike, well, he's just been served an absolute beatdown here by Cyber. And that will make things very interesting here as a shutouts in a 1v1. So rarely do you ever see that. But it is what we get to see here, I guess. Mike couldn't even get 1 goal. This will bode well for Cyber because he's in such a good position here because he's got such a strong goal differential. He's got a goal differential of 16, plus 16 when he's going up. Now that he's going to be going up against Marcos Acuna. Which, again, means that even if he loses to Marcos Acuna, he's still got such a good goal differential. He might be able to sneak up into the top 6 and escape day 1 elimination in a 2-0 sweep here. Not much else I can really say except Majestic Mike could not keep up. He was not at the same level as Cyber. And Cyber will be very happy because he did something that Marcos Acuna had some more difficulties on, when that was making sure that he had a strong goal differential. As what a series we'll be going into our next series very, very soon. As again, what a series. It's a sweep. We're again going to have to go to another break here, but when we come back, it will be Marcos Acuna and Cyber. We'll be seeing you guys again very, very soon for round 3. Winner of this next series will get to have a will guarantee a spot on day 2. Don't miss it. You'll be able to see more action very soon. Again, see you guys in just a few moments. Thank you for the follow, Ben Jax, sub09. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to this buddy stream. We'll be live again very soon, don't worry. Well, we're back, everybody, again. Welcome back to the Spotty stream here. I'm Spotty FC. Nice to see you all again. You guys have missed our action night, man. It's been an interesting tournament so far. It hasn't been all that entertaining, I'll be honest. Because both our matches have been sweeps, and pretty one-sided ones to say the least. Marcos Acuna is taking down Majestic Mike 2-0. Cyber doing the same thing, but even stronger. Even shutting out Mike in game 2 to make sure he had a total goal differential of plus 16. Marcos Acuna, on the other hand, has a goal differential of plus 3. So Cyber will almost certainly be winning goal differential unless Marcos Acuna destroys him in this next series, which is possible. Anything can happen in ones. But I will say it'll be interesting because this next match will determine who will become the number 1 seed and who will get to play on this stream next. I can say, though, we have a lot of our other number 1 seeds already decided here because in Group A, which is Croutondust stream, Twizzy has just swept CJ with a game 1 of 6-3 and a game 2 scoreline of 6-5, meaning he will be on this stream. Twizzy will be playing the winner of this next series, so that'll be very interesting with DJ and Blurry both now playing just to see who will have to play in the lower part of the first round later today, and the other one playing to see who will be either in round 2 playing later today, or who will be in round 3 and who will not have to play today, who will be playing first thing tomorrow. In Group B, Squiddy. Banks, again, we already talked about this one. Squiddy, having been a no-show, did not make it. He has been given a goal differential of -6, I think. Because of it, they have said that he will be given a goal differential of -6. And that means Wabaki and Banks are now just playing to see who will be the top player of that group and who will be playing against Skeletor, who is now a goal differential of 4-0, a series differential of 2-0 as he took down Goose in a sweep, with game 1 being an 8-3, game 2 being a 4-0. He also has a shutout win, which is quite impressive, to say the least. But of course, that's all around the league. We just want to focus on Group D itself, and I will say, what's interesting about Group D is the goal differentials aren't going to matter anymore about Group D on who's becoming the top team and who isn't. We have it all decided. It's just whoever wins this next series. Both these players are 1-0. Whenever this becomes the top seed, we'll be playing against Twizzy later on. Whoever loses will have to basically go through the tiebreakers, and we might see him later today, we might not. It depends who it is. If it's Cyber who loses, very likely we won't be seeing him later today because he has such a good goal differential that he might be able to just sneak his way into day 2 as one of the players in the top 6, top 6 qualified player. But obviously, if it's a Marcos Acuna who he's playing against, if he if he's the one who loses, it's gonna be a very interesting situation for him. He might play later today. We'll see about that again. We'll probably after this matchup we might have a short break just to see if we can get all the seeding out and to let you know who's playing next and who's playing up next and all that kind of stuff. But now it is Marcos Acuna, Cyber, and another 1v1 best of 3. Here again, both these players are 1-0. Winner of this does play next. We'll be playing to try to get a top seed and auto-qualify to the top 4. If they lose, they just go to the top 6, I believe. No, sorry. Wait a second, am I right? Oh wait, no, I'm so wrong right now, because, yeah, I am actually very wrong on my bracket. Let me clarify again. If they lose, they do have to play later today. If they win, they've locked in tomorrow. If they lose, there is a chance, again, that they make it in. Again, but if they win, they are guaranteed tomorrow to lock in a spot either in the top 4 or the top 6. Top 8 is available for if anybody loses. If you have a good enough goal differential, if you can, again, pass by all the tiebreakers. We'll just go through all of them for you. Again, the first one is match record, how many series you've won. Next one is game differential, how many games you've won. Then it's goal differential, and it's most goals for, least goals against, and then that number of mercy wins. So far, we haven't seen a single... We haven't seen a single mercy win, or at least I haven't seen a single mercy win credited yet. And if somehow all those tiebreakers don't work, we go to a 1-game series to decide a winner. Although, again, the real mercy win rule thing, we haven't seen any of that used today. Although, chances are, and what I'm assuming that Vexy and Stealthy Kid are going to do, because those other guys running this, they're going to have it where Squiddy's losses are going to be credited as kind of like a mercy loss. Basically, he'll be losing on the mercy wins prediction, meaning he'll have a very low seed coming into this final bracket. Again, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we do have Squiddy playing later today. But of course, again, it is quite an interesting matchup. As lobby info has been sent to these players. We'll be getting them in the lobby very soon. Prediction poll is live. Marcos Acuna, Cyber, both of them 1-0. tougher prediction on this one. Mike, it seemed like a lot of you knew that Mike was probably going to lose those 2 series. Again, unfortunately for him, he did not keep up with these guys. Now, out of these 2 players, which one do you think is piquing your interest more? Cyber did beat Mike a lot more, but it felt like Marcos Acuna had more pressure, had a lot more control. And if Marcos Acuna can get some of his shots on, he could have done exactly what Cyber did. He could have done exactly what Cyber did as well. I think the favoritism might go to Cyber here just because of how strong he beat him. Again, he has a goal differential of plus 16 because of that series. But saying that, it is going to be interesting. I would not be surprised if we see this one go to Game 3. I would love to see a Game 3. We haven't seen... This bracket has not seen one yet for any of the streams. Hopefully we get one. It'll make things very interesting indeed, and it also help us with a little bit of our tiebreakers, with just game differential being more of a deciding factor, which is always nice. As for now, though, we're going to get ourselves into the series shortly. We're just about ready to get things started. I know these guys getting on in. They said they want to join in like a minute or 2 early, so we'll be getting into this lobby very soon. Again, reminder, this is day 1. In this match is not for elimination. Neither will the match after this. Reminder, winner will be playing the next match after this to decide who will be able to auto-qualify for the top 4. Loser, whoever loses the match after this will be in the top 6. So if you win this match, you've auto-qualified. Next, you've auto-qualified for tomorrow, which is something that both these players are very excited to do, as they're both in a little early actually, which is great to see. And we'll get things started. Reminder, another best of 3 series. All match today are best of 3. It's Marcos Acuna and Cyber, both of them swept Majestic Mike to get to this point. And now, they just gotta go through each other, give themselves a strong opportunity to give themselves guaranteed qualification into a top 6 placement. Reminder, even if you make top 4, you aren't guaranteed, I think, any of the prize pool. I believe you have to make top 2 to do it. I could be wrong. You might have to actually win to get the whole prize pool. I haven't actually checked it yet, but whatever it is, you definitely don't have a piece to the prize pool if you're in the top 4. You gotta do a little better than that, but you might as well get yourself as close as possible to there as ever. In his own corner, you can see Marcos Acuna definitely playing a lot faster, a lot more control heavy. Although Cyber is just waiting, trying to find some openings here. Marcos Acuna will not make it easy. Reminder, Marcos Acuna is also European, so he's got a bit of a ping disadvantage here. Just like how Majestic Mike had it last series. This one a little nicer to Marcos Acuna, actually. Only 100 ping, compared to like the 30-40 that Cyber usually gets on these servers. As Cyber, good shot there. Marcos Acuna is able to get the block. He just keeps on the control here. Cyber definitely more able in the air, and that's just a good outplay there. Marcos Acuna never saw it coming, and it was Cyber flying through the air on this one. You can see the immediate challenge from Marcos Acuna. He did not think Cyber was going to go over that. He thought Cyber couldn't see him. He thought Cyber was going to just guess that Marcos Acuna would have waited, and he would have then been able to challenge the air dribble quickly. But no, Cyber is, he's not going to let that be so easily counterable, and that's a great start in game 1 for him, but to keep that start going, Marcos Acuna will find ways to score past him a lot more easily than Mike will. Demos are a good way to do it. That's already a great start. Marcos Acuna, open nets, high game. Some good placement too. He puts it in the top left corner. Not necessary, but he's appreciated, as this series already starting off pretty closely. Again, back at the kickoff spot. It's been kind of close here. Cyber off the kickoff, though, is able to force it through. Again, such an even kickoff. Marcos Acuna just didn't jump early enough. Cyber pops it over him, and in that position, there's nothing you can do if you're Marcos Acuna except hope that Cyber misses it somehow, which, well, if you know the ranks of the players in this tournament, you know that is not happening. Cyber again with the 1-goal lead, but here comes Marcos Acuna back the other way. He wants the bump! He's got the bump! Marcos Acuna never revealed what he had going. It might have been somewhat obvious what he was trying, but that bump, it's right on him. Cyber stood no chance. It's goals like that can definitely make you scary. Marcos Acuna isn't a high-scoring player, at least what we saw with him and Mike. He definitely isn't someone who would consider himself that way. But what he does so well, good controlling the ball, definitely makes up for his maybe tendency to sometimes miss more often than he probably should be. As Cyber, you can already see, also being limited himself. Marcus Acuna, he is finding ways to prevent what Cyber did so well against Majestic, and that is just find so many different ways to shoot, so many different ways to score. As Marcus Acuna, that touch will go high and away. Does pick up the boost, and he has a dribble. I don't know if Cyber actually realized that, but that touch does get away from him, and he'll be demoed anyways. Cyber's turn with the ball is little pop. Might want for the bounce shot. Ooh, that's high, and well, that's very wide of the net. Marcos Acuna will say thank you, because that shot could have been a lot stronger from Cyber. And actually putting it on target, it's kind of a waste of such a nice situation. Although Marcos Acuna, it's an open net giveaway here. Cyber will go the other way. Marcos Acuna wanted the solo play, but he got a bad touch, or more likely, really not much of a touch. Might as well just missed it entirely in that situation. Cyber takes that one for himself. Again, nice thing about the games with Marcos Acuna is they're close. Every goal is just so important. Every mistake can be amplified. Unfortunately, that also rings true for Marcos Acuna himself with his own playstyle. Gotta be careful. That's a good shot off the kickoff, though. Marcos Acuna gave Cyber no chance. A powerful swing. Marcos Acuna back at it again. And that one rocketed into the top of the net. Cyber never even jumped for it. And your defender doesn't even jump. You know you're beating them pretty well. As now Cyber, he's just done the same mistake. Oh, he almost went for boost at the wrong time there. Able to escape that one, and now... And shoot. Won't be following it up as... Marcos Acuna is able to evade. Full tank of boost for Marcos Acuna. Here he goes. High first touch. Does he have the bump? No, he's got the flip reset. Was he looking for a sting pop? I don't know what he was going for there. Maybe a ground bounce. Whatever it was, that's an interesting play as... It didn't work. Cyber looked a little scared, but as you notice that Marcos Acuna was... I don't know what he was doing. Floundering might be a good descriptor. He took this one right back. And he scored now because of it. As I love it, the fake challenge from the Cyber. So often you see players just go all in. You don't want to do that. That's a mistake in that situation. Marcos Acuna thought he had that aha moment, but it was actually Cyber who had the smarts to know not to go there and to force that dunk out and get the ball. And low boost Marcos Acuna will not be saving that one. Again, off the kickoff, Marcos Acuna. A lot of success here from that corner. Cyber doing better at blocking that as Marcos Acuna will be moving back. Sidewall for Marcos Acuna. Dribble. Flick on. Oh, it's weak though, and Cyber just kind of shuffles it away. Still on Acuna's car though, as he's gonna go cross map. He's got the flip reset. I mean, he very well could. He's got the catch. He wants the bump. Cyber just waited. There's two ways you can stop a bump play from happening. Either you ram yourself into them. Actually, there's three ways you can do it. You can ram yourself into them, jump over them, or wait under them. And very often players will just try to jump over. Cyber, though, knew that Marcos Acuna was trying to go for that high play. He wanted a high bump. He wanted that ball to go and bounce up highly. He was forced. So if Cyber did not jump for it, he was forced into a position where he had to just get bumped. Instead, Cyber waits under it, and now he transitions a fifth goal. He's got a 2-goal lead here. Cyber trying to ruin the fun for Marcos Acuna. Thing definitely getting a helpful factor here, but realistically, he is definitely finding more opportunities. And the close scoring game playstyle that Marcos Acuna likes to play, well, it's one that Cyber seems to have a counter for because he likes to score a lot. Unless Marcos Acuna can prevent Cyber from scoring tons of goals, it'll be very difficult because even a number like 5 goals seems to be enough that Marcos Acuna has his difficulties keeping up. As Cyber trying to make it 6, he will. That one slowly but surely will roll in. 6-3. Cyber just keeps on moving. Marcos Acuna will have to give up game 1 here at this point. Cyber is definitely coming out here in game 1 very strongly, and while Marcos Acuna keeping it close, unlike Mike has to Cyber. The game 1 is done, and Cyber does have the stronger performance so far. As you can see, 6 goals on 9 shots, whereas for Marcus Acuna, again, the thing about Marcus Acuna that's so interesting, he usually wins on the shot game, and he won here as well on 10 shots, but he only scored thrice. And it's just, that's not good enough if you're going to beat most players in this tournament. It will be good enough against some of the players like Mike, but players like Cyber, who are much, much stronger, they gotta be able to put more shots in than free. 30% shooting accuracy is pretty terrible in ones. And, well, Cyber, again, he has 6 goals on 9 shots. He's got a 66% shooting. A lot stronger. As... here we go. Cyber back in it. As... you guys... as game 2 started enough, I see a lot of you guys in chat talking about mics. Are you trying to say that these players are mic'd up? It would be fun, actually, if we could get to hear the mics of these players, but unfortunately, I do not have a setup ready for that. So far for Marcus Acuna. He didn't have a great start in game 1, and now in game 2, it's up to him to really pull things back his way and see if maybe we can force a game 3. We haven't seen one yet in this tournament. Would love to see it here. Marcus Acuna, double tap! Oh! That was nearly it! He threw everything out of that net, and I don't blame him for it, because he almost had that one. But Cyber will have a very easy transition the other way, as that shot just off target. Marcus Acuna, so close. In game 1, we'll start in Cyber's favor, albeit Marcus Acuna with some incredibly flashy plays as Cyber. Now flipping, he's got to be careful that the shot is coming. He's not paying attention. And if you don't pay attention, Marcus Acuna will score. Cyber, he's done this before, and he does it again, where he prioritizes that boost when he really shouldn't be. Really, he's at nothing there, but his boost pads towards his net. He could have picked up 12 or 24 and would have been just fine at making that save. Instead, he goes for that big boost, gets greedy. Marcus Acuna catches him. Now around the corner. Marcus Acuna with the flick. Cyber. Oh, he just simple control here for Cyber as he takes it to the corner. Might go for some sort of a play of his own here. Marcus Acuna gonna keep things close. Shot. Not on targets, but it does force Cyber to jump. And now he's gonna go for the backwards challenge. It still doesn't work well for Cyber here. Marcus Acuna has it. Oh, but he isn't gonna get a flick. He isn't actually even gonna get a shot on that as he does win the boost race, but Cyber, oh, he's getting a challenge. Cyber's not afraid to challenge on low boost, as we've been seeing a couple times so far on defense, but now he's got to be careful. Marcus Acuna's trying to dunk him. Marcus Acuna, again, that touch, and it gives it away here to Cyber, as I don't know if he wanted on target or if he just wanted Cyber to try to control it there, but he does give Cyber some space, and that's a great flick from Cyber. Oh, that's powerful. He strapped a slingshot to his car. Cyber put everything on that one. Oh, that's a powerful shot. Accuracy, precision, pace. It had everything. And now he's got one off the kickoff. It's 3-1. That flick may have just given him some newfound confidence. Well, he's already had so much confidence this series. He's giving him more would be the last thing that he wants, as he does catch Marcus Acuna on 1, a bad bounce off the sidewall, and 2, a boost grab that was probably not necessary. As this one rolling. Quite favorably for Marcus Acuna. It's another kickoff goal. This time, Marcus Acuna has it. We're just going back and forth, it seems. This one, pretty bad from Cyber. He just hits way too side on. And Marcus Acuna will have a pretty routine shot. He does have to be careful, though, not to keep it up too high, or Cyber could dunk him. As off the corner, Cyber missed it. Oh, but he does get the save as Marcus Acuna now racing back on low boost. He's just backflipped. Cyber's got it open. Marcus Acuna. Oh, his mechanics are failing him here. That's a bad one to give up. The backflip. When he just wanted the double jump and quick aerial that one to his own corner. The worst possible time to have that happen. Cyber with the fake here off the back wall. He's just gotten Acuna on low boost again here off the kickoff, but you're doing better at this time to delay the play. Although he has just again made a bad mistake. And I don't know what he's doing. He's missing the ball a couple times here. And Marcos Acuna, he jumped at that and he missed it completely. And that one, oh, he's gonna be feeling pretty unhappy with that one there, because that one is another one that he really doesn't want to give up because it shouldn't be that bad. As Cyber, challenged by Marcos Acuna. Cyber again off the ground here. Marcos Acuna tripped over the post. That was almost number 6 for Cyber here. Marcos Acuna, Cyber takes it back. Marcos Acuna again having to play defensively because he just doesn't have the ball here, and Cyber isn't giving him it. Quick shot from Cyber. Will force Marcos Acuna to jump. He can get this follow-up, although doesn't look like he really wants it, as Cyber isn't challenging. He's giving Marcos Acuna space, although Marcos Acuna didn't make much of it. Good shots. He does have some boost now, and he can take it all the way back. But a demo from Cyber removes Marcos Acuna's presence. He does have to respond here with less boost than he had before, but able to pick it up, and now he's got the pop. Open net for Marcos Acuna, and he'll take it right in. This game still up in the air for either player to take. Cyber went all in on that challenge. Probably a bad decision to turn so quickly for that. It is pretty recognizable for Marcos Acuna to see when Cyber's going to make that kind of a challenge. Cyber maybe just got a little bit antsy. Didn't want to see a flick from Marcos Acuna. The challenge just comes at a bad time, as now maybe he can get a 6. No, Marcos Acuna has the block. And the demo. He doesn't get the boost, though, meaning he's going to take that mid boost. Meaning that Cyber could challenge, although will fake. Now he goes for the backflip. And now is his chance for 6. And now he gets it. 6 goals for Cyber. What really worked here is him hiding behind the ball, backflipping, knowing that Marcos Acuna cannot shoot that quickly. Being able to outplay your opponents like that is so important. Definitely so. And definitely not an easy thing to do, because you really got to get in the minds of your opponents to know what they're going to do. A lot of it is just focusing on what they do, being able to adapt to it, as Marcos Acuna delayed kickoff. And trying to make this 4, he's trying to keep it close. He wants the bump! And again, Cyber waiting for him to fly by before he makes the challenge. 60 seconds now, 60 seconds, or else Marcos Acuna might be losing this series, as Cyber, number 7, off the ground, off the back wall. Marcos Acuna does have this with that in and out play, but had to use all his boost. As Cyber, does he know that? I think he does, but that flip resets well wide, and Marcos Acuna could half flip this one to safety. He will. Cyber not going for a little something special, not connecting. It's Marcos Acuna who takes it the other way. 36 seconds, he just needs 2 goals. Very, very possible for him. And thank you for the follow, Uppermost Pie. Thank you for the follow. Means so much to me, as Marcos Acuna not keep up here. What a save from Cyber off his own crossbar. Marcos Acuna again trying to keep it away. Cyber gonna clear it. Marcos Acuna, 20 seconds now. He's really got to score on this chance. Oh, he may have just done it. He gets past Cyber off the back wall. Marcos Acuna's shot. That is weak. 10 seconds now. A long shot towards the net. Cyber keeps it away again. Marcos Acuna, time expires, and this series won't be his. He'll let it hit the ground. Game 2 goes to Cyber. He wins the series in a sweep. Cyber with an incredible performance. As again, we're going to make sure we get in game 2, 6-4, game 1. There's also White's one side, but again, we're going to be seeing Cyber later on as he gets his sweep. We've only seen sweeps so far. We haven't seen anybody really take this one-sided, one way or the other. As game 1 was 6-3 apparently. So again, we win for Cyber as he is willing to take him down here. Oh, why is it? Oh, it just changed. My bad. One sec. It's accidentally changed over to the replay. Let me go back here. Again, it was 6-4, 6-3, 6-4 were the score lines. So yeah, quite a one-sided series, if I must say so. As again, quite one-sided here. As unfortunately for Marcos Acuna, he didn't have what it took to take down the elite play of Cyber. I gotta make sure I actually get the results updated here. Should be everything. There we go. As that is again now guaranteed. We now know what our next matchup will be actually on the stream. As we take a look at our bracket, is going to be Cyber versus Twizzy J. As again, Twizzy J winning Group A and Group D play against each other. And for Group B and D, sorry, C, Skelter, I think just took down Goose as well in a sweep. Yes, he did. Oh, sorry, Sasha took down Goose, I think. Oh no, we actually haven't had a result, but Skelter has won that group. He'll be playing against the winner of Group B, whoever wins between Banks and Wabaki. And what an interesting events here. Maybe we'll get to see some close series, or maybe not. I don't know. We'll have to see. As so far, we'll be getting. Hopefully, we'll be getting our next match sorted out very soon. As again, these 1v1 talents take to the field. Cyber again has now increased his goal differential from +16 to +21. That's a high goal differential. Ooh, +21. Marcos Acuna and a goal differential of +3. Now it's gone down to -2. So his goal differential is not that great for a 1-1 record. So it's not bad though. Meaning he might get some favoritism on the seeding, because again he won't be seeded into any. He will have to seeded based on the tiebreakers that we have already. But again, we will see. I will check and make sure and see what's happening around the field here, because there are other matches happening again. Everybody's live now, including Taquito, who the guy hasn't been live in a while, but and we're hoping to get maybe some updates. I'm going to see what's happening here. As Crouton, he is actually in Game 3 between CJ and Blurry, so that's definitely interesting to say the least, as that series is going the distance. As for Taquito, I actually don't know what's happening on Taquito's stream, but we'll get an update soon here, because should be getting match updates quickly. As for this group though, we've been seeing only sweeps. But who I got? Ooh, it's a tough one. I mean, I've only seen Cyber, so so far I would have to say Cyber's got a huge chance here. But he is playing against Twizzy, and Twizzy is a very solid player. He's not nearly as mechanical, I would say, some of the other players here, but he's very strong. Twizzy will be playing against Cyber. Johan, he's playing Cyber, who just won on the stream. They haven't updated it fully. They might have updated the group. They have not updated the group, but Cyber did just sweep Marcos Acuna, so they'll be updating that here, and he'll be playing against Twizzy up next here in the top 4 decider. As again, it's called the top 4 decider. They call it the group top 4 decider. I just call it the top 4 decider, but again, it will be Cyber and Twizzy J against each other. That should be interesting. As again, we're just waiting on one more person to be updated, but I will probably give you updates very soon about that. Again, our next match won't be for a little while, as we'll probably go to a quick break. We'll be back soon here with our some updated results, hopefully, and some updated matchups. But again, we already know ours. It's gonna be Twizzy J and Cyber. Again, we'll see you guys very, very soon. Okay, I do have an update for you. Banks just swept Wabaki here, 8-6 in game one, 3-2 in game two, meaning that Banks, I think, is now the winner of his group. Yeah, Banks is now just won his group. He'll be playing against he'll be playing against Skeltor, who won Group C. I was gonna get an update on that result, but he did sweep Goose. I can tell you that. So yeah, he did. There we go. Actually, I saw it. I see it. He has actually swept Goose a while ago. We are still waiting also on the Sasha Goose match, but it seems like Sasha has also swept Goose as well. From what I've seen, I haven't seen any game results, but it seems like Sasha's also swept Goose, meaning Goose will be in the first round. And we are trying to get matches sorted out for all of you. We're trying to get the seeding on as well. We might have a slight delay. Again, I'll give you all updates as we keep going here. But again, can tell you our other matchup happening at the same time, which will be on Vexy's stream. Will be Banks versus Skelter. We got an update for you all. In our first game 3 of the bracket, Blurry has just taken down CJ. 2-1. But an interesting one again. Yeah, that one meaning that there's going to be some interesting seeding with those ones because it is a 2-1 series scoreline. So, meaning that for Blurry, meaning that for CJ, even though he lost, he will have some favoritism on the seeding. He will be seeded, I think, actually into day 2. So that will be very nice for him. In the top 6 as we have gotten some follows actually. We got follows from Foxy, Sonic Jelly, and that boy JC. Thank you for the follows, guys. Welcome to the Sportiest stream. And it's nice to see all of you all here. Just making sure again we get things ready for our next match, which will be Twizzy J Cyber. Thank you for the raid, Croutondust, with a raid of 4. We are actually, I should also say, at that raid, Croutondust is going to be joining me, so we'll be getting him in here hopefully very soon. Again, if you ever do, if with this break probably going to be slightly delayed, it's okay. It's because we're going to get Crouton in here, and trust me, it'll be a fun time. Welcome back everybody to the Sportiest stream. Nice to see you all. We're going to move very quickly into our next match, our top 4 decider. It is Twizzy J and Cyber, and here with me is Croutondust. How you doing, man? It's nice to see you again.
It's good to be here. Let me tell you, I casting that Group A, my voice is a little bit sore. I got maybe a little bit too excited for some of those matches. Let me tell you, Twizzy is the standout player of that Group A. I was blown away. That watch out for Twizzy's defense, but it's definitely good to be here. Couldn't be happier to continue casting some of these matches, and I hope I hope I'm doing a good job still. I wore myself out a little bit in the last one.
You wore yourself out a little bit? Sorry to hear that. Again, it's an interesting situation, but again, we are. You talk about Twizzy being the stand-up player of your group. Cyber was easily the stand-up player of our group here because he went nuts. He even shut out one of the guys in one of their matches. He actually shut out Majestic Mike in one of his games. He went 8-0 in a game, which is. And if you know ones, you know how tough, difficult it is to shut out somebody. He did that, yeah. Which is quite impressive. I know that both these guys want to get themselves started as soon as possible. We do have the prediction poll up. Remember, it is Twizzy J and Cyber. Again, look at this one. Here we go. Twizzy J, Cyber again, and another 1-1. Both these players have secured top 4 for tomorrow, but you want to make it into. Sorry, they've secured top 6 for tomorrow. They want to make it into top 4. To do that, you gotta win.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, being top 4 is pretty huge. I'm gonna tell you, I'm going to be unbiased, but I'm really excited to still see Twizzy again. We haven't seen Twizzy because our matches went. Twizzy had the first 2 matches, and then in the third match it was Blurry up against CJ, so we didn't get to see Twizzy a third time. I'm definitely happy we get to see Twizzy again. That's the most fun I've ever had casting Rocket League, I think, is those 3 1s matches that we just saw. Yeah. Really exciting stuff. By the way, I need to get into the lobby. If I can, is that lobby info out?
It is. It's sent to both players. You should be able to find. I think you have access to that channel as well, right? Hopefully you do. What's happening? Yeah, Cyber. We'll start. I know Cyber really wants this game to start early. We will start the game early for you, Cyber. It's okay. It will actually help us as well if the game is a little earlier. But again, this is the top 4 decider. This will decide who will get into the top 4, meaning they could get to the semifinals. Again, I believe Crouton. Tell me if I'm wrong here. I believe you have to make top 2 to get a part of the prize pool.
I do think that is correct. Yes.
Right. Yeah, you have to make it to top 2 to get
definitely
the prize
a lot
pool.
on the line.
Yeah, it is interesting. As soon as you get into the lobby, man, we're gonna start this best of 3 again. For Cyber and for Twizzy, they both really want this match to start early.
You might just send me a quick party invite, and I can join you through party matches. I can't find that lobby info. Apologize for that. I couldn't quite find it.
It's all right. It's there you go. You're joining in. Here we go. We'll get things started. We will start. Actually, we'll start the series early. I have no problem with that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Another best of 3 here. Reminder: no matter if they lose this one, if they lose, sorry, I should rephrase. Best of 3. If you lose, you're not out of the tournament. This is just to decide who will make it to the top 4, who will go out of qualify for the top 4 tomorrow, and who will just have to settle for top 6. Both of these players have won their groups quite emphatically, beating everybody in their path. Now they have to go through each other.
Absolutely, yeah. And again, I've mentioned it once. I'll say it again. Watch out for that Twizzy defense. And according to you, Cyber, no slouch himself. There you can look at Cyber go immediately. Good timing, Cyber. I was wondering just how good this Cyber's going to be. I've heard a lot about him, but I know exactly the kind of player he is now. Look at that nice little ground pinch. The angle, too. Very impressive stuff early on.
Yeah, impressive. I told you, Cyber's crazy. He is really crazy. He's a guy who can do really well, but of course, though, he is still got to play against Twizzy, who is definitely going to be tougher than the last competition he had. He had Marcos, Acuna, and he had Majestic Mike. Majestic Mike, a lower-ranked player in this tournament, I believe. He definitely wasn't ones ready, and, well, maybe Twizzy isn't either. Cyber's got a second. He's not letting us talk here because he's trying to do Twizzy what he did against his last 2 opponents.
It seems that way, yeah. Again, I didn't get to see Cyber's last matches, of course, but if they were anything like the first 30 seconds of this match, they must have been pretty brutal. Cyber does seem to be just every bit as talented as you say he is. Look, I'm already a little bit worried for Twizzy coming out of Group A. I might have a little bit of that Group A bias, but I'm sure as the match progresses, we will see these 2 players kind of rise to each other's challenges and kind of see how this one progresses as we go along here. That shot from Cyber looked pretty good. Twizzy will be able to turn it away, though. Grab that mid boost. Good grab there. This one will be just wide, though. Twizzy maybe needs to warm up a little bit, get back on the right track as he does get demoed there. It's going to be a little bit difficult to warm up when you're getting demoed and then scored on. That's 3 in 1 minute from Cyber.
Yeah, the thing about Cyber is he played the last 2 matches in our group, so he is warmed up. Twizzy, as you said, had a little bit of a break. He isn't as warm, and that will make things a little more difficult for him as Twizzy having to kind of warm up, but also you can just see Cyber trying to walk his way through him. Twizzy Yeah, it has, though, found the biggest weakness that Cyber has had all day, and that is Cyber is very boost hungry. He likes to go for boost when he probably shouldn't be. And you saw Twizzy do it earlier, but he still is having difficulty. Cyber will make it 4 off of that aerial play. Twizzy, he just cannot contain Cyber right now. That's 4 goals straight.
Yeah, I think you said it best. He just can't contain him. Again, I said the thing that I would say I noticed most, that I was most impressed with, is Twizzy's defense, but he's just not hitting those marks just yet. Again, we did mention that now that I have the information that yes, Cyber did play the last 2 matches and Twizzy had a little bit of a break. Maybe we just need to give Twizzy a little bit of time to warm up, but Cyber doesn't need any time. He's already firing on all cylinders, 4 up already in the first couple minutes here. Twizzy now trying to get something going here at midfield. Plenty of boost to work with. Can he get anything going? Gets a good 50 there. Goes right through him now. Horizontal, though. Grab that boost as well. You gotta love the boost grabs from Twizzy, too. Cyber chasing this one, though. Another boost grab for Twizzy. What is that? 300 boost now? Here he goes up and over on this one. Can he get under him? Not quite. Cyber will save that one out. Turns out Cyber's defense is nothing to scoff at either.
It really isn't, because, I mean, Cyber is willing to take the dribble here, as now he's got his own boost grab. Trying to make it 5. Twizzy still hasn't scored yet this game. Cyber trying to shut him down and maybe even shut him out. And, I mean, he is trying to work towards that. I don't think we're going to see another shutout from Cyber today, but, I mean, I don't usually expect shutouts in 1v1s, and Cyber's already done that once tonight. Now against Twizzy, as that's a bad challenge from Cyber. He went for the backflip challenge. Twizzy's going to have an open net halfway through game 1, but Twizzy finally gets his first.
And the first mistake we've seen all match from Cyber immediately gets punished. That's just the level of players here we're seeing tonight, is one simple mistake, one midfield miscue is all it takes to get your net caved in with a goal. Just about halfway through the match, Twizzy showing some signs of life, but again, it did come off the back of Cyber making a relatively simple mistake. Twizzy not able to outright beat Cyber yet on any plays, it would seem. Now Twizzy having a race back to his own net. Good flick there, but I don't know how well the application is going to work. It will be up at the back wall, though. Twizzy this time gets a more emphatic clear all over this one. Good control here from Twizzy. Looking for a flick. Maybe he actually goes under him. There you go, Twizzy. That is how you make a play. Now we can finally say, yeah, very smooth. We can finally say Twizzy did beat Cyber on a play.
That is a that's a nice move from him. I mean, he jumped all over that for Cyber. And it turns out the real problem wasn't him jumping, it was the fact that Twizzy knew he was jumping. And when you can read your opponents that well, it makes your attack so much more lethal. Really tough, though, because you have to read them so often, and a lot of times that means taking an eye off your own play. And for a lot of these players, you really need to kind of prioritize being able to read your opponent. As Twizzy gonna go backwards, gotta be careful, because Cyber is waiting underneath. Cyber now off his side wall, off the ceiling. Twizzy has the dunk. Twizzy now trying to make it free. That's a good shot to the back post. Cyber does have the read. A great save from Cyber, as he has to keep that one out of his back corner. But now he's gone all in on that challenge. It's open for Twizzy. Twizzy puts it in. Cyber, his challenges haven't been all that great from him, because they have been so obvious when he challenges. And Twizzy is starting to read that.
Absolutely, yeah. It has been a pretty vicious comeback here. 3 in a row now. We went 4 in a row for Cyber. Will we go 4 in a row for Twizzy and tie things up? Only time will tell, but so far, Twizzy, ever since that one mistake from Cyber, when it rains, it pours, apparently, Twizzy has been all over this one. Very impressive stuff. Cyber, though, still seeming to keep a level head. Ooh, hard to keep a level head when you're not even on the field, though. Twizzy gonna pull a quick U-turn here, try to get this one flicked over the top. Good flick, but a little too good as it goes above the net. Now Cyber's gonna have a nice big banger up the length of the field. Twizzy does turn it away, though. No boost to work with so far. Will be Cyber with all the boost right now, winning that resource war. Gonna grab a little more boost as well off the back wall. He's got the full advantage here. I'll let this one drop down. He cuts out the corner too. He didn't even have to go through the corner to get that boost. We'll see now. Can he turn this one around? Twizzy will stop it for now, but Cyber is still very much in the driver's seat on this offensive attempt. Twizzy does get a clear here. I'm just wondering, are we gonna see Twizzy go 4-0 to answer back?
I mean, it's looking quite likely, as he is finding so much more space and so much more control. He's got the bump, but that shot is wide. And now he's got to race the other way. Cyber, all he has to do is put it in, but that one will end up being wide here. And Twizzy, even though he has 0 boost, won't have to worry too much, as ball is his, but that touch is not his. Cyber off to the corner. Twizzy at 20 boost now. Got that clear. Only as far as Cyber, though, who has the back corner. And he calls it, I call it, we all saw it coming. It's Cyber, who now takes a 2-goal lead once again. Twizzy looked like he was starting to make that comeback, but Cyber trying to silence the critics.
Absolutely, yeah, that's a great way to stunt the momentum. Just pull a quick goal there. 30 seconds left, 2 goals. It's certainly doable, especially in a 1v1. You only need 15 seconds to goal. That's certainly possible, but the way Cyber's been playing, I don't know. You'll be lucky to get 1 goal on him in 30 seconds. It's taken all match for Twizzy to come back this far, and immediately Cyber's going to shut it down even more now. That's another 3-goal lead now for Cyber. He's certainly shut down that comeback potential. I feel like Twizzy had a lot of momentum going, and all credit to Cyber. It's hard to stop a good player when they have good momentum, but Cyber did it, and he did it emphatically.
Yeah, he stopped Twizzy, and now he's just thrown everything back at him. Questions for Twizzy. I mean, he thought they were gone, but Cyber still kept asking, and now as this game ticks down, no more time, not enough time left for Twizzy to come back. Cyber has game 1. Reminder, at this point, game differential, goal differential doesn't matter. All that matters is getting wins. Cyber already only 1 game away from securing a top 4 placement out of day 1.
And again, we can't understate how huge that would be, a top 4 placement. Again, with the way that the stepladder format, top 4 is a pretty massive bump, I would say. It's a huge deal here. So Twizzy taking the first loss on the chin here, a little bit unfortunate, but you got to get out of your own head. I would say, Twizzy, what you need to do next is you just regain, focus up, get that buttoned up defense back up. And for Cyber, I mean, just keep doing you, more of the same. Cyber was unbelievable that match. Super impressive stuff. I am now a full believer. I wasn't convinced, Sporty, when you told me at the beginning here, but I'm fully on board with Cyber being an unbelievable player.
Yeah, he is definitely something interesting, something incredible. And that is game 1 again. I'm going to make this series quick for him. What's interesting about Cyber in this situation is he really wants a sweep, because he does have, I think, another tournament happening right after this one, so
really?
He wants to win as quickly as possible. I believe it starts at 8:15, meaning it's actually going to happen like 12 minutes, so he wants to get this thing done as quickly as possible. I mean, he's already 1 game on the way, so if he wants to get it out this quickly, he's definitely doing the right thing.
Absolutely, yeah, he's off to a fantastic start if that's what his goal is here. And I imagine that's anybody's goal, is to end any series as quickly as possible. Nice save here from Twizzy. If that defense finally coming alive. I want to expand a little bit. I know I was pretty vague when I said Twizzy's defense was crazy. By the way, we'll ignore defense and talk about offense. Twizzy's got the early lead here. Nicely done there. But I think what I mean specifically when I'm talking about, like, Twizzy's defense is crazy, he seems to have some otherworldly sixth sense to just be in the right place at the right time every shot. Because, I mean, Flory was putting on some pretty crazy angles, and somehow Twizzy was pre-jumped on those every time. And obviously that's just pure ball reading and mechanics, but it really seemed like something supernatural.
Cyber, I mean, you already saw last game he's able to do kind of the same thing. His defense, kind of the mark of a great 1v1 player is how well they keep the ball out on defense, really. Not about their offense, because everybody can do offense, but it's about defense. It's Twizzy trying to blow his way through Cyber's defense. That's already a second, as Cyber never even had a chance to challenge there. He got removed off the field.
Absolutely, yeah. The bumps and demos are they're always big in no matter what game mode. I mean, even 3's a well-placed bump could be a complete game changer for a goal. But in 1's, you cannot possibly understate how important bumps and demos are. You're all you've got on that field. You get removed, it's game over. Nice save here from Cyber. He reads that one perfectly as Twizzy was hurtling down towards that net. We'll see now. Cyber now is the one in the hot seat a little bit. It's an early 2-goal lead here for Twizzy. Been all Twizzy all the time ever since game 2 started. After Cyber's very dominant game 1, we'll see. Will Cyber be able to kind of shake off the cobwebs here, get rid of Twizzy's early momentum?
No. No, not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Twizzy's got his 3rd. Cyber, this is a bad game turning into even worse for him. He just cannot break through. Every decision he's making just feels like the wrong one. Twizzy's now at 3. And for Cyber, yeah, this is not looking great for him, because really it's a bad start for him. We're almost a minute and a half in. He still has 0 goals. Twizzy, as a response for Cyber, we're seeing just how evenly matched these players really are.
Yeah, I mean, evenly matched is certainly the name of the game. I don't know about you, but in my group stage, in Group A, I know I said Twizzy was the clear kind of standout, and that's true. But the individual matches were very close. Cyber, by the way, is already on the comeback trail. As I'm about to go off on a tangent, he says, hey, pay attention to the match. Here's a quick goal for you. Cut that lead down to 2. But I will say all night long, matches have been very close. The players are all very similar skill levels. They've got a few different quirks and things that they do differently and things that they have, you know, stand out very well, such as CJ's ground play is very good and Blurry's aerial mechanical plays are top notch. But again, I would say in terms of if you put a number value to all these players. By the way, as I'm still talking, Cyber's got another one. 2 quick goals here, and suddenly Twizzy not in the driver's seat as much as he was before. But these are very close matches, very close players. I think you hit the nail on the head. Next kickoff happens here. This one
I muted myself. I muted myself. Oh dear. I'm back, everybody. Sorry about that. I was just kind of complimenting Kai Cyber on that incredible move off that sidewall. I mean, you saw it too from on your side, Crouton. Cyber just a little dink over Twizzy. But Twizzy, that's a good shot. That's now a 4-2 lead. Cyber trying to make this comeback, but Twizzy definitely not letting it happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's complete opposite to game 1, where last match Twizzy was desperate for a comeback and Cyber was just boxing him out at every turn. Seems like an exact opposite here. It's Twizzy in the lead, just the one boxing Cyber's comeback out. But I don't know, if I were Twizzy with a 2-goal lead against a player like Cyber, I would say do not take off that gas pedal. You've got to keep pushing. No amount of goals is safe. This is exactly why. This is just another immediate goal for Cyber. They're trading shots here. And truthfully, if they continue to trade shots, if they continue with this rhythm, Twizzy will come out on top, as he got the first goal of the match. But right now, Cyber seeming like he's pretty desperate to come back in this one, and that is a very dangerous position for Twizzy to be in up against a desperate player of this caliber. I would say he's gonna have to hold on to this one a little more than he is currently.
Yeah, 1 goal separates them. Cyber wants the aerial play. He's got the dribble. Cyber goes down the field. The lead is now all gone for Twizzy. Cyber takes it away from him.
And little by little, Cyber has been chipping away from the word go, and he ends it in a pretty fantastic fashion there. That's a crossbar down aerial. I don't know how many of those I've seen in my day. Oh, Cyber has another one right here off the face-off in Cyber's favor, and he wastes no time taking advantage of it. Twizzy now has been kicked to the curb here. He lost the lead, and now he's losing, not even tied anymore. Of course, it must have been a blow to the momentum of Twizzy to lose the lead and just be tied, but even worse so, 3 seconds later, he finds himself losing again, and I have to really shift into second gear here. Well, half the match left. There's nothing to worry about, especially a 1-goal lead, but I'm a little worried for Twizzy's chances here with Cyber pulling out shots like that.
Momentum on Cyber's favor, but Twizzy can try to take it away here as now he goes for it. I think he wanted the bump there, or at the very least wanted some sort of a high aerial pop, but that was not executed well, and now he's just giving this one away. Good block from Twizzy in the midfield. Down the field, net in front, Cyber. Shot off of Twizzy. Cyber's on a low boost now. He's running on fumes, and Twizzy knows it. 50-50 off the back wall. Twizzy trying to bump Cyber away. He's also then hit the ball away as well. And that means Cyber can go take the boost, but he may have not paid enough attention because that net is wide open. Cyber got boost hungry, and Twizzy takes advantage. A 5-5 scoreline.
And that just goes to show you, no matter how good you become, no matter how mechanical, no matter how smart, no player is safe. SSL or bronze from the boost over ball fallacy. It happens to the best of us, as we just saw. 5-5, as you said. Match winding down here. Less than 2 minutes to go, but Mark's been flying big time since the very beginning of the match, since the 5-minute mark. I don't expect the next minute and 40 seconds to go by quietly. I expect it to be fairly explosive.
I mean, it's already been quite explosive so far if we're having matches this close, but Cyber, reminder, if he wins this game, he will auto-qualify in the top 4, but that, again, a bad challenge from Cyber. He does this a lot where he gets really impatient on defense, and it continues to bite him, because every time he turns like that, it's really obvious to his opponents that he's going to go for that challenge.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, like you said, it's just pretty unfortunate challenges right now from Cyber. We're seeing a lot of little mistakes come out, and again, we've seen even game 1 where Cyber did take the win pretty emphatically. That even when Cyber makes one simple mistake at midfield, nice save here by Twizzy. The shot was really good, but the save even better. But even little tiny mistakes, Twizzy will immediately take advantage of. So Cyber's gonna have to do his best to mitigate those mistakes, really button things up in the next minute. It's certainly not out of the comeback range yet. He's only down by 1 in a 1v1 game. That's nothing. A minute for a goal is plenty of time.
Yeah, and for Twizzy, he's got to really make sure he prevents Cyber from shooting, because Cyber, while he doesn't shoot as much as his partners, he can shoot a lot stronger. So if Cyber gets a chance to shoot, Twizzy might be in trouble here. So Twizzy's got to do his job to keep those shots away, as now, just trying to waste out time. Twizzy now, one-on-one, to the back post. But he got tripped up. Cyber's got a chance to go the other way, and Twizzy got to pick up Boost. Meaning he's going to give Cyber some space. Cyber, flick! Twizzy's caught the stop on the near post. Cyber's still nearby. 20 seconds and counting. Twizzy, not on. Cyber not even going for it. He knows it's off target, and now he wants one himself. Twizzy reads it. Cyber starting to panic a little bit here. He may have one more shot, and this might be it. Twizzy keeps it wide. Cyber's taking the boost. Twizzy trying to keep it up. Now trying to ground it. He does dribble. He does take it. Twizzy coming back in game 2. We have a game 3 to decide this series.
That was a pretty shocking last minute, honestly. I said it, and I meant it, when I said that a 1-goal lead in a 1v1 is nothing. Like, you had a whole minute to score, and neither player scored. That's just how close they are. They were battling. I mean, touch for touch on the field, a whole minute of scoreless play. In a 1v1 by itself, that's pretty amazing that no one scored in a full minute. But against between these two players, these two pretty powerful offensive players, again, they've both got their specific things to do well. Like Twizzy's defense, and Cyber has his own things that he does very well. But in terms of offense, they both bring it pretty heavily, and it's just shocking to see no one score in a full minute. It's surprising. And that just goes to show you how close and how talented both players are. They can hold each other to a stalemate for a full minute in a 1v1 match and not make any mistakes.
Remember when I told you about how he had to leave early?
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's gonna have to leave early.
No.
Cyber's not gonna be able to make game 3, I don't think, because I know he has there's another tournament happening right now, and he's got to go for it. I know he's got to go for it because I know he's in it, and it's actually the early Splash Series draft. He's got to be there for that, so he's not going to be able to make it, I don't think. We will have to let them know about this, but that means that Game 3 is now a forfeit here, as Cyber is not willing to play again. So that means Cyber, unfortunately, won't be qualified in the top 4. Twizzy has now taken this one by default. You hate to see it, though. You really do. Again, I will definitely see if I can let Selfie Kid know about this, because this is an interesting situation, but that is a forfeit win here for Twizzy. What a weird situation. But again, that tells you just how importantly Cyber needed this game, and how it just didn't come for him. He had a bad start. He took a long time to get his goals going, and now he can't make it, because and now again you can see why he was so desperate at the end of that game. He knew exactly what was the issue. As I can also say, I have another update as well with CJ versus Blurry. Wait, that's on your stream. I'm not paying attention. That's your stream. As we have found out again, will be Twizzy taking the series because of a forfeit. What a weird situation. What a weird turn of events. It doesn't really matter all that much for these players, although it does mean that Cyber's going to have to play one more match to get to the same position Twizzy is at, but I'm sure he won't mind it too much in that, as he has still qualified for day 2. If he had to play in the bracket on day 1, man, he would be in a really tough situation.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely. Yeah, like I said, it is a bit of an unfortunate situation, but sometimes stuff like this just happens. It was still an incredible 2 matches we got to see. I'm not upset at all that it had to end in an unfortunate way. I got plenty of enjoyment out of watching these 2 talented players go head to head.
Yeah, of course. As I'm gonna go back to the capture screen. The bracket has been set up, Crouton, and I will say, 1 second, let me do this real quick. There you go. Now the series scoreline is actually complete again with that forfeit again. Let's take a look at that bracket, Crouton. It's all set up. It's all ready here. It's an interesting playoff bracket, because we are going to next see Majestic, Mike, and Goose. I saw Mike. I don't know. Have you seen Goose play or not?
I have not.
You have not seen Goose. I believe Goose was in group... I think he's in group B? I think he was in group B. No, he was in group C, actually. He was in the group of Skelter and Shasha, and Goose went 0-2 in that group, so not a great start for any of these players, but we're seeing them play each other, and the winner of that will be playing Acuna, who was second in Acuna, it would be Marcos Acuna, who came second in my group, so that'll be an interesting one. And then they play Wabaki after that, who came second in Group B. And Wabaki, again, already auto-qualifying, so he won't have to worry about it, but unfortunately for Marcos Acuna and for Blurry, who just didn't win on game differential or goal differential, I believe, it will be, unfortunately, they will be having to play another round here, as I'm trying to see, actually, again, because Blurry has a game differential of -1. Interesting situation. As again, I'm trying to make sure everything's sorted out.
Quizzy
Everything's good,
2-0'd
right?
both CJ and Blurry, and then CJ and Blurry had a 3-game series.
And CJ won that, right? No, Blurry won that.
Blurry won that, yep.
Blurry won that, and so he has a 1-1 record. He lost a game though, meaning he has one game less than Woody. Then he's lost one game more than the other guys, so that's why he is on that low seed. And same goes for Marcos Kuna, because I can tell you his goal differential I think ended as -2, which is quite low. And that's the reason why he is there as well. Meaning that again, a goal differential will help Wabaki and Sasha move on to tomorrow, meaning our next match, and will be our first elimination match, will be Mike and Goose. Anything you want to say about that upcoming match here? And more importantly, about elimination, because both these players are facing the potential of going out early in this tournament.
Well, I've been on my own stream. I've been saying all night that don't worry when a player loses. Don't worry, we'll be seeing them later tonight. Bad part is I can't say that anymore. That's no longer true. The next match we see when the player that loses, we gotta say goodbye to them. They're no longer in the tournament. It's a little sad, but I mean, it raises the stakes. It gets your blood pumping a little bit. So I'm definitely looking forward to it, but I'm not looking forward to saying goodbye. It's the kind of thing where you hate to say goodbye, but you love to watch them leave. It's just gonna be a fun match all around. It's two players I've yet to see this tournament, so I'm definitely looking forward to it. And that's what I've got to say on the matter. How about you, Sporty? What's your take on elimination?
Well, it's going to be fun. We're going to start to see players really fight for their lives, because it literally is on the line. The tournament lives are on the line, and these guys, they've had a really tough start to the day. They have a long road to make, but the thing about about playoffs like this is because momentum's so important. It really is, because if you can win that first round, we could be seeing them make a huge run. That is not likely, but it is very possible, and it's way more possible than what it would have been if both players came in hot. I think again they have momentum, so whoever wins this next match, man, they're going to be running with a lot of momentum. As again, what a series we have coming up. Our next series, again, I gotta check on who it is. It is Goose and Majestic Mike will be playing next in again, elimination. It's gonna be insane. I'm really looking forward to this one. So again, we'll see you guys very soon with more action. Again, elimination coming up shortly. Thank you, Goose, for the follow. Thank you for joining my stream. We're just about ready to get this next match started very soon. Hey guys, we're back already. Crouton and I are back again. We get to now see some elimination matches here on the Spodia stream here in day 1 of the Unknown Esports 1v1 showcasing. Our next match features one player we've already seen already, Majestic Mike, as he now takes on Goose in round 1 of the playoffs. Again, a reminder, whoever loses this match is out of the tournament, so this is quite an important match. This match does matter.
It matters a lot, like you said, first elimination match of the night of the tournament. Again, it's going to be pretty heartbreaking to say goodbye to one of these very talented players who put on such a good show tonight for everybody. But got to be done. We've got to start thinning the herd a little bit. Only the best from here on out. Every player who makes even the little slightest mistake, we're going to be saying goodbye to. Of course, we're going to have a lot of fun along the way, but just how it is. That's just how ones is. Everybody here knows how heartbreaking ones can be. We'll be feeling a lot of that, I assume, as the night progresses and going into tomorrow as well.
Once again, Majestic Mike taking on Goose. We saw Majestic Mike earlier gets wiped by Marcos Acuna, and by even more recently by Cyber. So he's had a rough time. For Goose, he was in the group stage along with Sasha and Skelter, losing both his matches in sweeps. So both these guys have not been able to get any game wins yet this tournament. Reminder, winner of this will actually be playing Marcos Acuna next round. So yeah, we are going to be seeing 2 rounds tonight. Round 1 and round 2. We'll take a look at our bracket as it is. Again, reminder, this is our side of the bracket here, Goose and Mike. Winner of this will be playing Marcos Acuna. And again, that will be an interesting match here. As again, reminder, winner of Marcos Acuna will be moving on to play tomorrow against Wabaki, who was able to do well enough for this game differential. Of course, winner of that will be playing Cyber. We saw earlier today lose to Twizzy. Banks has also been confirmed to have beaten Skelter. I actually don't have an update, but Banks has the win over Skelter. So with that win with Banks, Skelter's now also waiting. Sasha's also waiting tomorrow, as they've done well enough. And then on the Vexilad and Taquito side, they got CJ and Squiddy. Winner of that will be playing Blurry. For that, again, we are going to be seeing 4 players tonight's go away. 2 on this stream, 2 on their stream. It's going to be quite exciting. Again, these some players get eliminated. It's going to be sad, I know. As you said, Crouton, it's going to be sad, but we have to see some players go in a playoff system that is 6 rounds long. All matches are still best of 3. We aren't going to be seeing any best of 5 today. We are going to be seeing them tomorrow, though. So if you want to see more action, stick around same time tomorrow. And you'll be seeing some more elimination matches. And eventually, we'll see a champion crowned. Again, this is where the playoff bracket really gets to its heightened potential, because there's so much pressure now on these players.
Absolutely, yeah. And pressure is the name of the game. Like I said, I mentioned a little bit earlier that on my stream, I was saying, don't worry if you have a bad start. You'll still be in it. There's no eliminations yet. That time is over. It is. It's time to do or die. Really, it is elimination time. If you don't perform well right now, you're gone. And these are all, like you said, best of 3s. It is very important that you stay on your A game the whole time. And again, if you don't, it's unfortunate, but it's the truth. You got to get going. I am hoping, by the way, like you mentioned, we looked at the top side of the bracket with Vexy and Taquito, CJ and Blurry, who were in the group A that I was casting. I hope to see them make it pretty far as well. But now on our side of the bracket here, I'm definitely eager to see a few new faces that I haven't really got to see too much of. I'm looking forward to see if I can see any real standout diamond in the rough players, because everyone that we're going to be seeing tonight had a little bit of a rough group stage.
Yeah, we did. We've seen some rough groups. Again, we saw Mike on the stream before. He did not have a good time at all. He got swept Goose obviously didn't have it much better than him. I mean, we're not going to compare who had it worse, who had it better, because it doesn't really matter, because they both got swept by their opponents. And I don't care who it is or what happened. You got to make some pretty big moves here. Hello, Taquito. How you doing? Nice to see you chatting in here. Don't you have like a match you're casting right now, Taquito? Again, nice to see you again. That match on the other side will be on, I believe, Vexy live stream. Again, he has a long playoff bracket ahead of him here, because this is quite the tournament and quite the system. Crouton, this is where things really get real, and this is where these players really gotta shape up. You got a long playoff bracket ahead of you. You gotta get wins. My goodness, this night starts to get interesting. Again, we're in the playoffs. We're in the elimination. Every match is elimination, by the way. Just if you're wondering, the playoff circuit is a ladder system, meaning winner plays the next best player, who plays the next best player, winner plays the next best player, and you just go on and on and on until you get to grand finals. Meaning every match is elimination. You lose, you're out. So these players, they have a long road to go. They have to win 6 matches if they want to take the championship. And I'm just gonna say it, not looking like either of these players, but there is still hope for them, and they have to cling on to that little bit of hope.
There's always hope, Sporty. You never know. You never know.
I'd love to see it. I'd love to see the full bracket run.
This tournament, when my Group A started tonight, I said Blurry's the best player in the tournament. He's gonna blow everyone away. And Twizzy proved me wrong. I'm a believer now. I believe in the underdog stories. We've got 2 of them right now. Don't count them out until they're gone. Obviously, one of them is going to be gone regardless, but don't count them out. I'm telling you, it's going to be an exciting match.
Crouton's going to be, he's going to be harping on the underdogs for this entire bracket. He wants to see whoever wins this go the whole distance. And honestly, I'd love to see that too. I'd love to see that, by the way. That'd be a great system, a great storyline. Have someone from round 1 who couldn't even get a game win in their group go the whole distance and win in the finals. They couldn't ask for much better, but we're gonna go in game here. Both players are in. Majestic Mike. I should also say he's also known as a Soggy Dog. That's his in-game name. He goes by Mike. And Goose here in the lobby in a 1v1 reminder. Elimination. You lose, you're out. You win, you move on. Marcos Acuna winning in the bleachers. It's Majestic Mike, it's Goose, it's a best of 3 to decide who should stay in the bracket.
Gonna be exciting here. 5 minutes to find out how this game 1 is gonna go. Mike has already got a quick one. 1 second goal. That is by far the quickest I've seen tonight. I have seen plenty of quick goals tonight, let me tell you. Casting Twizzy earlier, casting Blurry as well. I've seen plenty of quick goals, but none that quick. He put it in the net as soon as physically possible. That is how you start a series. He's here and he means business. He's not getting eliminated. At least that's what he wants us to believe with that first goal there.
Honestly, a pretty good thing to believe, I must say, because so far, Mike, again, off to a great start. He, again, got wiped in his group. He did not look good, but now, here, he's looking amazing. What a start. Oh my, a flip reset from Majestic Mike. Goose getting swept off his feet here. Mike coming out with a hard punch.
This is an explosive first couple of, not even 30 seconds yet. 15 seconds in, he's already got 2 goals. Good Lord, Mike means business. He's going to get a 3rd right now, face-off goal. That is the 1 strat, and he is making it work. 20 seconds in, 3 goals. Who is going to stop Mike? It seemingly won't be Goose.
Yeah, right now, Goose is having a nightmare of a start to this series. 3 goals already. Not looking great for him. That is, again, it is game 1. We are only 20 seconds in. If Mike can do this, so can Goose. And a lot of what Mike did has to rely on the kickoff. So now that we are kind of in a more even playing ground, now that the kickoff hasn't gone in any one player's way, we're going to see how they can do here as they both kind of try to vie for pressure and attacking opportunities. Mike has this one. Low boost though for Mike. He's trying to get around Goose here. Has missed the boost and will make things very interesting for him as Goose with the challenge. Should also add Mike, if you guys remember, is a European player, so this is really interesting for him because the ping is not favoring him by a long shot. Look at this. Actually, he's got some good ping for a European player. He didn't have good ping last time, but he has good ping here, and maybe that's helping him, maybe it's not, who knows, because whatever it is, he is definitely dismantling Goose.
Oh, Mike makes the lag work for him. It's crazy. The only other European player I've seen tonight is Blurry, and Blurry didn't have the best group stage. I think definitely there might have been some showings of the ping maybe being a little bit of an issue here and there, but overall I think it was fine. I think we're seeing a very similar situation here. Goose right now is the one on the receiving end of a pretty massive beatdown from the European player here in Mike. Well, we'll see as this one progresses. We're not even out of the second minute yet, by the way. We've already seen 4 goals. 4 goals for one player, mind you. It's not like they're going in tandem. Now 5. Mike is an absolute steamroller right now. Goose is on the wrong end of this one. An unfortunate game 1 so far for this player.
This is just unnecessary from Mike. 5 goals in less than 90 seconds, and yeah, you mentioned it again, he's European, which is quite impressive that he's putting this kind of a beat down on. And what's also interesting is who else is European in his bracket? You mentioned Blurry, but there's another European player that you're going to see as well, Marcos Acuna. He's also European, if you didn't know that. Yeah, there's 2 European players in my group, which is quite interesting, but Marcos Acuna is also European. He actually played against Mike earlier, swept him in what was quite close, as that's a 180 flick from Mike. Oh my goodness! Majestic Mike living up to his name. That is quite possibly one of the best goals of the tournament.
That's an incredible shot, and something interesting I want to point out is you said whoever wins this one will be playing against another European player right after this. And if that is as it seems to be, if it will be Mike, we'll be going to an EU server, right? Isn't that what it is? If
yes, we'll go all EU. As that's 7 goals for Mike.
It's looking like we might be taking a trip to the European side of things next match.
We'll see, because right now for Mike, it is only game 1. He's absolutely destroying Goose, though. And again, we've missed only 1 European player. That is Banks, and Banks has also been playing absolutely insane. I think he's already auto-qualified for day 2. Confirm if I'm wrong, Utan. I know you have the bracket probably pulled up, but I believe Banks is already qualified for day 2, as Mike wants to do the same thing, but he is leading by 7 here against Goose. 50-50. Pinch to the side. Goose has some time to maybe think of a shot there, but that's a huge miss. It's open for Mike. He'll take the dribble. He'll make it 8. Goose is not stopping him right now, and well, we haven't seen anybody here have to use the mercy rule, but with Mike at 8 goals and we're barely past that 3-minute mark, we might be seeing that here. If Mike gets 2 more goals, we will be calling the mercy rule, and he'll have game 1.
And we have not. I don't know about you, but on my Group A, we did not see the mercy rule at all. The matches were very close in terms of goal totals.
I haven't
to answer
either.
your question, by the way, yes, Banks is qualified. He's actually top 4.
Yeah,
if you want to know exactly what he.
Again, who did he beat again? He had to. I know he had a really tough opponent in his match. He had to beat to get top 4 as well, as if you can tell me, because again, that's how scary some of the competition is. You are seeing kind of levels of difficulty here. It's kind of like a boss battle.
Oh yeah,
with some of these players, I think.
He beat Skeletor to get in.
He beat Skeletor, yeah, I thought so. Yeah, it's insane matchup, but for Mike right now, I mean, he's playing insane Goose. I don't know if he's awake or what happened, because right now Mike seems to have a key success even with the ping difference. If the ping was favoring Mike here, well, this would be an even worse game for Goose, but I mean, it doesn't look like it really matters, because Mike at 80 wants to add another. Goose can even get 1. Mike, flip resets, has it, uses it. 9 goals to nothing. Mike trying to shut out Goose in this one. He's only 1 goal away.
That is a pretty goal, let me tell you. Look at that. I'll tell you, Goose is kind of caught in the doghouse here. 9-0. This is the most one-sided match I've seen all night. I've seen plenty of matches tonight, and they were all very, very impressive, high-octane matches. This is the first match I've seen that is really just a beatdown. It's unfortunate for Goose. Seems to be just up against a monster of a player, an absolute Goliath, it seems. You'd have to wonder how good is the rest of the playoff bracket that Mike is down here at the very beginning. These players are incredible if they can beat a player that is dominant.
And again, reminder, Marcos Acuna is waiting for this match, so if he gets to play Mike again, that will be interesting, because Acuna swept Mike in their match, so Mike, oh no way, a musty flick. They're trying to end this game. He really wants a Goose. Trying to keep this game going for as long as possible. He still hasn't scored yet. He only has 2 shots, but here's a good flick. That's great from Goose, because he gets over Majestic Mike. His first goal of the series. It took him a while, but he is able to keep this game going for just a little bit longer.
And no mercy rule just yet. Goose says, no thanks, I'm not. I'll take an 8-goal differential, but you're not mercy ruling me, he says. Love to see that he is still fighting back. Goose is still in this one. Mentality has not completely left. He hasn't checked out. He's definitely still in this one. He knows, hey, game 1, this is just a pretty bad shake I got here. I'm just gonna do what I can for the next minute, and I'm gonna come into game 2 as a different player.
Well, he can already try to make the difference here. He won't be able, I don't think he'll be making that comeback anytime soon, but he can definitely make this closer, because right now, Mike definitely finding ways to beat him, as that's a great dunk from Mike. It won't be on, but the follow-up is open, and there's Mike at double-digit goals. 10-1's the scoreline. Again, Mike very close to having, forcing us to enact that mercy rule, as again, he's only 1 goal away, 42 seconds left in this game. Goose trying to hold out as long as possible, but he's got to be careful on what he goes for and what he doesn't.
This might be a new mini game throughout the rest of the playoff bracket. Can you survive the mercy rule? How many minutes can you survive against Mike without getting mercy ruled? Might be the story of the entire playoff bracket here. This is unbelievable. He got very close to enacting that mercy rule right there. Just barely off. Here he is. He's got it for sure this time, though. That is mercy rule, ladies and gentlemen. The brutality of Mike coming out full force here. Sporty, how do you feel after, you know, there's always that in the back of your mind, like, the mercy rule is there, but we'll never have to use it. We had to use it. That is unbelievable.
As we're going to let the time tick away here, we'll just have this game end. And again, that is it here. So yeah, no more goals are going to be scored. We are not going to let these guys do that. That would be, we're just going to let this game end. They won't be scoring anymore. 11-1 scoreline. Majestic Mike wins on mercy rule. And we're not going to reset lobby either, because we have so little time left. But it is game 1 to Mike. And quite a win here as well. 11-1 mercy rule being enacted for the first time this tournament. And it comes by Mike, and again, as you said, he's the weakest player from Group D, the group that I got to see. And in that group, he didn't look all that great. But obviously, if he's doing this like Goose, I'd be a little worried about anybody else's group, because this group is looking quite scary.
That's what I'm saying. He might not have looked good earlier, but he looks really good now. Almost 1,800 points. Of course, we saw the 11 goals. How about those shots? Good Lord, 16 shots. I don't know when the last time I've seen a shot total like that, except for maybe Flying Narwhal on Nobu specials when he's just having a good night. That is a crazy match, and to see the mercy rule, it feels like an urban legend, like the mercy rule, like that's never gonna happen. It's not real. it just happened right before my eyes. I'm in shock, Sporty. Help me out here.
Yeah, what a weird series, I must say. But again, the mercy rule being enacted. Goose, though, nice thing about this game too is we're at a 0-0 scoreline. So if game 1 was just a bad game for him, we'll be seeing him prove that very soon here in game 2. But for Mike, off to a great start in the series, and usually games don't change, and we're seeing that here. If a person beats you down the first game, they're going to do the same thing in the second game. Mike, already 13 seconds in, off to the same beginning he had in game 1, although maybe a little bit slower than game 1, but it doesn't matter. Again, he's off to his lead, he's off to his usual tactics. Goose is going to have a really tough time at shutting him down.
I will say, though, that goal was a pretty quick, just like turn and burn counterattack goal for Mike, but I do like the offensive attempt that Goose had right out of the gate. He's really hunting that goal. I think that's good, because I think a big misstep a lot of players can take when they lose a match like that, it's probably going to be another Mike goal here, I imagine. But when you lose a match that badly, you can really start to sit back on your back line and just not challenge. You get a little afraid. But look at this, Goose challenging even up there. It might be a bad challenge. It might be maybe not the correct decision, but I do like the fact that Goose has not stepped back. He's not afraid to take these challenges. I think that might factor into if Goose can really hang on here, is less time in the net, more time on the ball. I think that might be a pretty important distinction to make.
Yeah, here is Mike, already up by 2, trying to make it free. Goose didn't even jump there. He's been demoed. Should be open for Mike if he turns at this one in time. And he doesn't, actually. He took his time on that. Goose will spawn favorably. And that means Mike's got to search for that third goal again. This touch is going to get away from him. Goose with it and boost, but Mike just being annoying here, challenging everything, and again, you can just see him getting over Goose, making him awkward, putting multiple shots on him. Majestic Mike is not letting go. Goose is getting trampled on.
I mean, majestic is the word. This has been, well, maybe not majestic. Maybe terrifying might be the word.
That's
for
a good
Mike
one.
Here. He's been an absolute menace. I mean, enacting the mercy rule, which I thought never happened. He's well on track to do it a second time in a row here against Goose. I got a feel for Goose as well. That's a very close goal there, but most this time will turn Mike away. But Goose is not a bad player, clearly. If you're in this tournament and you've come, you maybe had a bad group stage, but it's just against a player like this, a player like Mike. I don't know how Mike ended up on this side of things, this low on the bracket, but it's crazy. He's putting another one on here. He's not giving Goose an inch to save these. This is just pure carnage on the field. Mike is a monster.
Mike is quite scary, I must say, and already we're seeing him absolutely trying to blast his way through this bracket here, and that's already 4 goals. We're not even 90 seconds in, and again, it looks like it's going to be a repeat of game 1 here. If Mike keeps doing this, for Goose, really, his only way of getting a goal might be if Mike overcommits, and that is not unlikely, but, I mean, look at this from Mike. He's putting everything in. He is untouchable compared to Goose.
Yeah, he's putting this one in backwards. Look at the showmanship here. I know this is the thing that made the most sense to do, but it still looks cool. I mean, come on. Mike is a very impressive player. Again, he keep this in mind that he's on this side of the bracket for a reason, or this half of the bracket, this low on the bracket for a reason. There are players that have beaten him. There are players that have beaten people better than him in this. But oh, there's Goose now. Goose coming alive. He stopped the avalanche a little sooner this time. I think it was, what, 9 goals last time before he got his own goal. This time only 5. Goose might be coming alive a little early here, but just keep in mind, as you see how dominant Mike is right now, keep in mind that there are players that in many ways are better than him on this bracket coming up soon.
And one of them could be Marcus Acuna. That's unfortunate for Goose. He could never get off the kickoff there. Again, I feel bad for Goose on this play because look at this. He got flipped up by Mike, and then he got bumped by Mike. And it just bounced his way in. Goose gave up on that play pretty quickly. We noticed that his guard could not get back into the right position. Mike trying to make this a sweep, and he's definitely on his way to do that. As Goose demo, he may be a little mad at Mike here, as Mike is got 6. If he wants to enact that mercy rule, he's got to do what he did last game and score 11 goals. As Goose may not want to let him have that so easily. Mike's got the block there. Goose with a solo effort. It's always great to see Goose get those chances, and again, he's not afraid of Mike, which is a good thing, but he definitely should be, because Mike is Mike's doing that again and again. He's consistently beating Goose a lot more. Goose, I don't know how many shots he has. He has only 3 compared to the 8 of Mike, and Goose can't stop Mike, and that's a bit of a problem right now, because Mike right now he's scoring a lot faster than Goose can score, and a lot faster than Goose can stop him as well.
I think you said it absolutely perfectly. I mentioned that, oh, Goose isn't afraid of Mike. This is a good sign. I think you're right. He should be. There's reason to be afraid. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe the keeping offensive even when you're this far down, maybe that's not the answer. Maybe a different play style entirely is necessary, or maybe it's just time to accept that it's not Majestic Mike, it's Vicious Mike. It is just running through Goose right now. It's unfortunate to see, of course. You don't like to see a player get this much beat up in a match, and Goose clearly not having the best time against him, but I mean, it's just, that's the kind of player you might come up against in a tournament like this, where everyone in here is highly talented. Yeah,
and for Goose, I don't know if he's given up. We have to keep playing. There is no mercy rule enacted here. Goose, again, a mercy rule is only enacted whenever someone has a 10-goal differential, and
he's gonna let the mercy rule happen,
Goose.
I think.
He might just let it happen here. He is still playing, though. I mean, again,
true.
Impressive for Goose to still play, but nah, he's letting Mike have this one. He's done. Oh, Mike's gonna hit the crossbar. I don't think Mike wants it to end. He wants Goose to play against him here. Mike might be a little mean on this one, because Goose really doesn't want to play. He's already given up. His chances are gone. Let's be real honest. He doesn't have this game. Okay, Mike will take that one, though.
Yeah, he'll take
10-1. Mike just needs to score one more before we have to enact the mercy rule. For Goose, though, I mean, he's given up on this series, and I think for a good reason. He's not coming back in this. Let's be real honest. I'd love to say, well, if Mike can score 10 goals at this point, Goose can do the same thing, but that's not happening. That's just not happening. Mike is going to take this series. That's another 11-1 mercy rule win. Goose is totally fine with letting it happen. Mike he's going to get a flip reset to end this, I think. Yeah, there we go. Mike will end it there. He got a nice little flip reset, but mercy rule will be enacted. Game 2 is over.
I will say that is respectable out of Goose. Like I don't think it's I think it's perfectly respectable for Goose to be like, hey, listen, I lose mercy rule. I'm not gonna force everyone to play the next 2 minutes. Just take the mercy rule win. I think that's plenty respectable. I don't think Goose did anything bad there. I think taking the mercy rule win, there's something there to keep matches like this from happening, and Goose took advantage of it. I think that's perfectly fine. But as you said, it will be vicious, majestic Mike going 11-1 twice in a row. No matter how you cut it, that is just impressive.
That is, yeah, quite impressive. Again, Ryder, he is the weakest player from his group, so an interesting situation to be in. But yeah, we are going to move away from this match, as this match is over. Quite a quick match. Mike, 2 11-1 Mercy Rule victories in a row. He never stopped. He never slowed down. And I got to make sure to use the command here to make sure we get the matches updated. There we go again. Mike has this one in the best of 3 as the end of that one. He will be playing Marcos Acuna next up in this one, a player that he wasn't able to beat earlier, but if he has this kind of momentum against off of beating a Goose, we can see what he'll do against Marcos.
Absolutely, yeah. And you see Goose in chat. GG's Goose. I want to tell you, for me personally, Croutondust respects the decision to let the mercy rule happen. I would have done the same thing in your position. I think what you did was perfectly respectable.
Yeah, again, poor. Again, it does feel a little bad here as we are gonna get. We are gonna make sure we get to our next match soon here. Again, it's Marcos Acuna versus Majestic Mike. We have a lot of time though, because our next match won't be for a little while, I believe. I would have to check on that. When is our next match? It's like 20 minutes from now, so we are gonna go to a break afterwards. But again, is there anything you want to say coming up to our next match? I definitely have something I want to say, but I want to have you start it off if you want to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything specific to say. I mean, it's going to be cool that we're going to an EU server. It's 2 EU players. I will say maybe I'll feel a little bit of catharsis seeing Majestic Mike here, vicious Mike, come up against a player who has proven to be better than him. Maybe it'll be a little bit of a different series when he can't mercy rule 2 times in a row. It'll be fun to watch, I think. And of course, no disrespect to Mike. I'm just poking a little bit of fun here. I'm definitely excited. This tournament has gotten off to a great start today, and I think this next match will be our last one of the night, right?
It will be our last one. Yeah, it'll be our last match. Winner of this will go into will secure a top 6 spot. So yes, we're gonna find out who will get that, because yeah, that means Goose unfortunately will not get any wins here tonight. No, it won't be top 6. It'll be a top 8. Sorry, my top 8 spot
Yep.
will be secured. Whoever wins this. So again, a lot of matches coming up. As again, that is Majestic Mike taking down Goose, and again, our next match will be Mike going up against Marcos Acuna. They played each other. They played each other earlier this stream. Marcos Acuna swept that time. We'll see about the rematch in a little bit. We're gonna go to a break. We'll see you guys soon. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, everybody. We have one more match tonight for day one of the Unknown Esports 1v1 showcase. It's going to be it's a rematch. Majestic Mike taking on Marcos Acuna here in the playoffs. Round 2. One more player is going to be eliminated. Mike, we saw him avoid elimination last round as he took down the admirable Goose, but I mean, that was two mercy rules there. Now he's got to play against his old foe from Group C here. But what's interesting, Crouton, is we also have updates from the other round 1 match on the other side of the bracket.
Yeah, on the other side of the bracket, we had CJ up against Squiddy. It was an interesting match, to say the least. The first match, very close. I believe it was 6-5. Second match ended in Brazil, and then there was a little bit of funny stuff at the end, but basically it was close until it wasn't. CJ blows past Squiddy there with a Brazil at the very end. It'll be and this is gonna be interesting. It's a rematch top side as well. We've got a rematch here. They've got a rematch over at Vexy. Blurry and CJ, who played each other in the group stage, they're the only 3-game series in my group stage, Group A. So they're having a little bit of a heated rematch, I imagine, up there. It'd be interesting to hear how that one turns out.
Yeah, and again, we're having a rematch here. Marcos Acuna, when these last two played in Group C, it was match 1. It was a sweep from Marcos Acuna, so yeah, it was one-sided on that match. Although the thing about Marcos Acuna that makes it interesting, that makes it where it's very possible for Mike to come back, is that he doesn't score a lot. He is not a high-scoring player. He doesn't do that very often. It's not his thing to score a lot of goals, and so that means Mike does have a good amount of chances at coming back against him here. As we saw, Mike, he can definitely score a lot of goals. He scored 22 in the last series against Goose, and he would have scored a lot more if we didn't have to enact the mercy rule both times. But what does make this interesting again is it's a rematch. Everything's interesting. Marcos Acuna is a much higher-ranked player as well, so it's gonna be really tough for Mike. If you were to favor someone, it would probably be Marcos Acuna. We do have a prediction poll up live as well, so if you want to put your votes in it, this is the last series of the night, so put your votes in. So do that here as again we get the series started maybe in just another minute or two, because I know both these players are ready to start this series, and I am too, Crouton. But where that goes again, just tell us about this series, tell us about what it means, and tell us about just how important a matchup like this is, because winner of this will be able to play again tomorrow.
Yeah, okay, so here's the thing. I'm glad you asked me this. We talked a little bit earlier about how important these elimination matches are, and how everyone's having a nice time in their group stages, and then all of a sudden it's up and you get into the playoffs, and it's like you either win or you go home. Obviously, the same situation here, but Mike coming out of that very brutal double mercy rule 22-goal match against Goose, I'm sure he's confident. He's riding high. He's feeling it. He's coming up against an old foe here. Again, you said earlier, you told me that he was swept by Marcos, right? Just a little earlier tonight.
Marcos swept him. I could actually give you the results as well, because I have it listed around here in game 1. It was, I think, one of the first match. It was one of the first matches of the tournament. And again, this one, it was a sweep. As let me find it real quick. Again, it was Mike who lost to Marcos Acuna in game 1 4-3. Then he lost in game 2 4-2. It was close. Marcos Acuna, he does so well at preventing his teammate, as putting his opponents from scoring as much, and it's going to be what he has to do here against Majestic Mike. As let's take us into the field for one more time tonight. One more best of 3. Reminder, loser is out. Winner moves into the top 8 to start off tomorrow. Marcos Acuna, Majestic Mike. Here we go. The last match of the evening to qualify for day 2. There's a lot on the line.
There's a lot on the line, and it is a very good match to end on, I would say. Again, we just saw Mike have a pretty... I would say pretty dominant performance, if I want to do a little understatement. So maybe he's got the confidence now. Maybe against Marcos earlier in his group stage, maybe he just wasn't feeling it. Maybe he needed to warm up a little bit. I'll tell you, I don't know how much more warm you can get than scoring 22 goals and giving 2 mercy rolls, but we'll find out. Will that confidence affect him? Maybe not. It is Marcos to take an early goal here. Maybe exactly what you'd expect if you had the stat sheets to look at from earlier.
Yeah, Marcos Acuna, and what he did so well, look at that dribble. It's pretty quick, it's pretty effective. It wasn't perfect, but it doesn't matter. Marcos Acuna already getting the first goal on Mike, not making Mike's situation look very easy. I mean, again, he got swept last time. He wants to prevent that this time and see if he can get a kind of some revenge. But revenge is so tough in 1v1s, because 1v1s is so rank dependent, and a lot of times if someone can beat someone once, they can usually do it again and again, and it's very rare you ever see upsets like this in 1v1s. But Mike trying to do it as though, although Marcos Acuna is holding ball possession. Mike, you can already see being able to move a lot faster as now. This is goal number 2 from Marcos Acuna inside the first 60 seconds. Mike's difficulties are only getting tougher.
Yeah, I mean, 2 up already. It's shocking to see. We just saw how dominant Mike really was against Goose. I hate to keep going back to that, but I kind of alluded to this, that coming into this one after seeing him have that 22 or 22-2 scoreline last match against Goose, I was going to be interested to see if there really is a player like Marcos who can really turn the tables. And it does seem to be that way. That's just the level of players here. They're all, I would say everyone I've seen tonight is pretty close in skill level, but then you have matches like this where it's just the play styles maybe clash a little bit, and that might be what really decides how dominant a match might be.
Marcos Acuna makes it free. He puts it down the field. Mike trying to push. Again, we can appreciate Mike from doing that, but Marcos Acuna, he saw that, he caught him. And for Mike, it's just, he's trying to be aggressive, but Marcos Acuna is not letting him have that.
Yeah, absolutely. It is. I hate to keep saying the same thing. I sound like a broken record, but it's genuinely, it's pretty shocking just how, I would say, one-sided this is so far. Again, it's a little early to call it one-sided. We're not even halfway through the match, but I mean, look at this. There might be another goal here. Nice save here from Mike. Okay, a little bit of hope. I was getting a little worried that we'd get a repeat, but vice versa. Nice save here from Marcos. Get that corner boost as well out of midfield. Flying over on this one. Actually, he chooses to go down, and it will be a save for Mike. I'm having a little bit of trouble following that play, but either way, it will end up in another Mike offensive opportunity. We'll see. And might get this one through, not quite. And Marcos chasing through that corner, and this is just a back and forth battle. That one's in, though. That's 4-0. Midfield play couldn't last too long.
Yeah, you could compare this to kind of like a tug of war where both players are tugging back and forth, but let's be real honest. Marcos Acuna is 3 times as strong as Mike here, and he's tugging a lot harder, and he's making Mike fall down over and over again.
Yeah.
And Marcos, he's just, again, he's absolutely making this a brutal match for Majestic Mike. He swept him last time, and again, I said upset's very unlikely. Usually people, when they can beat someone once, they can beat him again. It looks like Marcos Acuna is doing that, but he's making it even worse. Again, the last time these two played, Marcos Acuna won the series with a goal differential of +3. This one, he's already leading this game 5-0.
And it kind of has, you have to wonder. We've seen now 2 in a row on this stepladder format. Last match was a complete dominant sweep. This match is looking to be pretty dominant as well. Is that going to continue happening? Is the differential between this round and the next round and the next step on that ladder, is it so much that we're just going to be seeing one-sided beatdowns the whole way through? I find that kind of hard to believe, but I'm seeing it with my own eyes right now. Here's another one. Look at the angle from Marcos. This is just textbook stuff, and it is. I hope Goose is watching. It might be a little bit, might lift his spirits a little bit to see the player that washed him out get washed out himself a little bit here.
Yeah, of course. Again, 6 goals now for Marcos Acuna. As you said, again, every step getting tougher. Again, compared to a boss battle. It's a boss battle for the players coming from the last match who have to be the underdogs for the next one. And for Mike, this is probably the ultimate boss here in Marcos Acuna, who is making life a living pain here for him, because that's now 7 from Marcos Acuna. Do we see our 3rd Mercy Rule game in a row here? I mean, it's looking more and more likely every goal that Marcos Acuna gets.
He's certainly on the right track. I think if he continues playing how he is, and we don't see Mike have this second wind, oh, maybe, here we go. This might be a face-off goal for Mike. Let's wait till this one's over to make a decision. There we go. It's a Brazil, funnily enough, but I don't, something tells me, I don't know, Sporty, I don't know about you, but something tells me that's not the last goal we're going to see in this next 2 minutes.
We'll see. Maybe something can change for Mike. Again, this is a nice little turnaround for Mike. He gets one back. He was never shut out by Marcos Acuna in his series. Now, albeit he did keep it a lot closer, with 1 goal game being 2 goal differential, 1 game being a 1 goal differential. But I mean, Marcos Acuna seems like he's learned here. He's taken some time to relax, and usually when that happens, players come in a little bit slow. But obviously, that isn't really doing anything. If he is coming in slow, well, I'd be worried about game 2 if he's coming in slow this game, because he's leading by 6 goals. He looks like he could get a couple more at any moment. Mike is definitely being caught flat-footed here. Marcos Acuna has so much ball control, and he's trying to chase down Mike here. Mike, to the back wall. Marcos Acuna in front of his net. Careful on the play, but Mike has definitely shut down Marcus Acuna for the longest time so far this game. Marcus Acuna hasn't been able to, having not been able to score here. Mike, you see, he's starting to learn here, starting to get some chances. He's starting to attack that net. It might be a little too late for him, but I love this resiliency from Mike. He's not giving up. Even when things look a little bit slim, he knows that he still has chances to get goals against Marcos.
Yeah, you kind of pointed something there when you said, "Well, this is bad timing." We're gonna pretend that, yeah, we're gonna pretend that I didn't just cast your curse, Mike here. But I wanna say that up until just now, for like the last almost minute, it was almost a full minute of no goals for Marcos. I will say Mike seemingly found a way to really stunt that offense, slow down the avalanche of goals, which is definitely good. You know, is a bit hopeful for Mike to be able to really slow down and maybe start to fire back himself. But just as I have a little bit of hope for Mike, Marcos hits a pretty nasty shot there to completely shatter that hope. And maybe get another one here, as that's a pretty beautiful read to keep that one offensive. I thought for sure Mike had the early bird gets the worm kind of read on that one, but Marcos said, not happening. I'm going to keep this one on your end.
Hell yeah, we'll have to play a little bit of defense here. Marcos Acuna wanted the boost, won't get it. Instead, just going to punch it downfield here. Time's going to tick down here. Majestic Mike, well, he's starting to see kind of a repeat of what happened earlier today. Marcos Acuna is going to settle this rematch, and in game one, it is one-sided. We won't be seeing a mercy rule in play, but we will definitely be seeing quite the beatdown. Might as well be a mercy rule with how one-sided this is. Marcos Acuna with a game one win. He's now only one game away from winning this series, and I'll be very honest when I say this. I do not know if Mike's going to be able to get this second game.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly looks that way. And again, I just want to say it's very jarring to see just last match we saw Mike have a very similarly dominant match, and now just one round removed, the very next match is a complete opposite of that. Majestic Mike getting absolutely pummeled by Marcos. It's surprising to see. Again, I know I've said it a few times now, but genuinely, that is just the style of bracket that this is. Let me try that again. The style of bracket that this is. It's just, you know, this step ladder. It's exciting. It's fun. It's interesting, but it could be pretty brutal for these individual players to have to come up against people that they've already played, and they come out of the one match feeling great, and then they come up against a wall like this. Yeah,
they definitely do. Again, it's not an easy bracket. It's not a bracket that I think anybody really wants to be in, as we're going to go back in here to game two. Marcos Acuna 1-0 up in the series. Now just needs to take Mike down one more time, and he'll be seeing himself on Championship Sunday. It is going to be up to Marcos Acuna to do that. Majestic Mike, he's still got some fight in him. Credit to Mike. While he may be the heavy underdog in this match, you have to appreciate just the kind of effort he's putting in here to keep himself with Marcos Acuna and to keep his chances alive.
Absolutely. Again, I was very impressed with after getting, well, again, I choose a bad time to start talking about how impressive the resiliency of Mike was. He didn't get scored on here. Marcos with a well below his average here. It took him 30 seconds to score this one. But I will say I was pretty impressed that halfway through the match, after getting, I don't know how many goals it was, maybe 6 goals pummeled into him, that he was able to stunt Marcos's offense for over a minute to hold him until it took a pretty cracked double. Here's a tie goal here off the faceoff. Nice fake from Mike. That's what you want to see. You want to see him start thinking outside the box, because the truth is he's not going to beat him with traditional, you know, who's better on the field. You're going to have to start thinking of strategies and ways to get around that, and I think that's a good start.
Well, Mike's definitely using his brain on that one. What a fake. Haven't seen one really enacted as well today, and it keeps this game tied. Mike off his back wall. Marcos Acuna, again, he's got to be careful. Game one was quite one-sided, but game two, if he isn't paying attention, could go to the way of Mike. As Mike, he's trying to play a game of chase here, as Marcos Acuna also chasing, but he's got the pinch. Mike's slow back. Marcos Acuna, quick angle shot. That one is wide. He's now chasing down Majestic Mike, but Mike will have this one, I think, as he will fall on top of it. And this game staying even, although Mike definitely having more struggles at keeping up with the balls. Now Marcos Acuna found an opening, and that will make it 2 with a little dunk on the end. Majestic Mike got bumped, and that touch there from him is just not necessary. He hits it straight to Marcos Acuna, and Marcos Acuna chases it down to make sure it goes in.
back on top now is Marcos, which, I mean, it took a little longer than I thought. We're still only barely over a minute into the match, but it's not the same vicious kind of cycle-like offense that we saw from Marcos game 1. Maybe now, well, that shot won't be on either, but I will say again, I mentioned it a little bit, Mike is getting better and better at keeping Marcos grounded here, keep him out of the net. There's another example of that right there. Mike is able to get up on that one, although maybe a little overextended here. He's going to get an offensive touch though. See, this is what I'm talking about. Seems that Mike is slowly adapting as he plays. I don't know how much time he has to adapt. Apparently 3 minutes now. It's going to be even harder though, but I don't know. I just feel like Mike is slowly kind of waking up to these reads, but again, maybe in the middle of a match isn't the time to start adapting. Maybe you need to be ready for it before the match even starts.
Well, I think there also seems to be some sort of a rank disparity. Marcus Acuna definitely the stronger of the two, but yeah, again, as you said, Mike is doing well to keep it close, although, yeah, there is still a rank disparity. There's still some sort of disparity between these players. Whether it be rank, I think there's a rank disparity. I mean, it does seem like Marcus Acuna is the higher ranked player, but again, whatever credit's due, Mike is keeping it close. He is trying to keep Marcos Acuna away from him, but Marcos Acuna should make it 4. He will make it 4. Starting to heat up here. Marcos Acuna now heading into the second half of the game. Majestic Mike got a lot of work to do, and while it may not be a task that he can do in beating Marcos Acuna, he is trying to keep it close. Marcos Acuna is going to make sure he gets as many goals as he can to keep himself as far away from Majestic Mike.
Yeah, absolutely, and I do think I do respect Marcos trying to pile on these goals. This is a situation. It is a tournament where goals do count for something. Here's Marcos again with this one. It could be an important tiebreaker at some point if it comes to that. We will see though. But for now,
tiebreaker.
Well,
what part of the bracket are you looking at, Crouton?
Well, I'm just saying, when all's said and done, no matter who wins, no matter who gets the cash prize at the end, everyone wants to know who scored the most, who's the crowd favorite that really got it done on the field. I think that's what Marcos Acuna is going for.
I mean,
He's going for the crowd favorite trophy.
He's trying to go for most goals scored, a accolade that has no meaning in this tournament. Here is Mike. Again, he's just looking for goals. Mike's just trying to see if he can keep himself up with Marcos here. Maybe get some scoring going. Marcos Acuna on the dribble. Look at the control here from him. Oh, and the flick as well. Mike gets up to it, but he's used all his boost on that one. You look at the corner. Now he goes all in. He got the demo on Marcos Acuna. Mike can live another day here as this dribble on Marcos. Here he goes. He got a flick. Oh, that one, well, that won't be a very good flick. He completely forgot the ball on that one. And on Marcos the other way. Mike catches up to it, but I mean, you can already see he's on low boost. It seems like at any point in this game, he's between 20 and 0 boost. He just doesn't keep his boost for long here as Marcos Acuna, forcing him to use a lot of it and stealing a lot more that's left. Mike jumping for it. That touch is weak though, and Marcos Acuna can keep it close. He also jumps over the demo play there as Mike trying to get a bit creative, but Marcos Acuna must have seen it all by now because he was very quick in jumping over Mike. Quite a deft movement. That's a giveaway, though. Here comes a shot at open net from Mike. Marcos Acuna wasn't paying attention. Majestic Mike takes advantage.
Now, I do want to point out quickly, this goal, of course, it's a good little catch there after an awkward positioning touch from Marcos. But how many offensive attempts did Mike stop from Marcos there? How many in a row was that? I mean, over the last minute before that goal went in, I saw Mike turn away. It must have been 6 different offensive opportunities. That's pretty impressive. He won't turn this one away. Again, maybe I should just keep my mouth shut about how good Majestic Mike's defense has been, because every time I talk about that, he does end up getting scored on. But I've just been very impressed overall with seeing the difference between game 1, where those goals were going in for free, that within 5 minutes, within just the course of one singular match, he's kind of adjusted and is able to really challenge early and save these certain shots. It's going to be another one in a face-off goal this time, possibly. Yeah, no saving that one. But again, I just want to point out that, yeah, Majestic Mike's kind of getting beat up here, but I've been very impressed with just the level of being able to adapt to a certain play style and really wake up to some of these reads.
Yeah, but unfortunately, the better player is going to win this series. Marcos Acuna clearly showing us that he is a level above Majestic Mike. Credit to Mike for making this far, but I mean, he did lose this guy before for a reason. And I have a feeling we'll be seeing that again as Marcos Acuna, ceiling shot, uses it. What a save from Majestic Mike, jumped so early for it. And he is able to catch him there. Now another one. This one, Marcos Acuna, a little bit faster on it. Now up the back wall for the open net. He's hit the back post. Still catching up to it is Marcos Acuna. Trying to make it 8. Fakes out Mike. Now he's got a shot. Mike can't get it. Marcos Acuna running all over him. Laps for Marcos Acuna as he fakes out Mike. And then he puts a shot right up and over him.
I mean, that's the difference right there. You've mentioned it. There's clearly one player is better than the other, and that's just life. There's always someone better than you. But the pure control, the pure just authority over the play that Marcos had that entire time. He knew everything that was happening. It wasn't a flip reset. Good goal here. By the way, a 9th goal here, but it wasn't a flip reset, double musty, this and that. It was just pure control, pure authority on the ball to know exactly where you want to put the ball and be able to do it. That is what puts Marcos a cut above Mike, I think.
Yeah, Marcos Acuna is already punching his ticket into round 3 into the top 8. And when you make it to round 3, that means you're now only 4 matches away from winning the whole thing. I mean, it is still a long road, but at least getting there. Already a good start here, as Mike, who watches that time, ticks away, and so too his playoff hopes. Mike won his last series quite dominantly, but Marcos Acuna will show that the same thing can happen straight back to him. The rematch will end in a win for Marcos Acuna. He'll even get one more goal at 0 seconds, just to rub it in just a little bit more. Double-digit goals for Marcos Acuna. 10-2. Game 2 is his. Majestic Mike knocked out of the tournament. Marcos Acuna moves on.
And that's just life. Again, that's the kind of bracket we're running here. That's what we're going to be seeing more and more of. And unfortunately, Sporty, we're going to have to wait till tomorrow to see if the next match is also a similar story here, where the dominant player in the previous match is all of a sudden the underdog. Kind of weird how that works out, but again, we'll have to wait till tomorrow to see more from this side of the bracket.
Yeah, we'll see how that works here. As again, we are also waiting on the result on the other side of the bracket, which is Blurry CJ. I don't know. Has that match been updated yet? I don't think it has.
I will double check for you right now.
Yes. Again, we have that other match going on. I know he's going to check it out. It's on Vexilad's stream, so we're going to make sure we get that updated for you all. Is that match over?
Give me just a moment. It's having trouble loading.
Oh. But again, that is Marcos Acuna with another sweep here. So far tonight, we had one match go to Game 3, and that Game 3 was a forfeit. So, so far tonight, we have had a lot of really quick series, but I promise you all, tomorrow should be interesting. We should have some closer matches as we get further on in the bracket. We'll take a quick look at that bracket here again, and what we see so far as, again, Game 2 being 10-2 for Marcos Acuna. And, yeah, again, as expected here, so far, no real surprise, I think, tonight in this tournament, which makes sense. One's generally doesn't have that many upsets. As, again, we'll take a look as back, but again, Marcos Acuna wins. They'll be playing Wabaki tomorrow, which will be an interesting Wabaki. And one of that, again, we're playing Cyber. Again, there's so many players waiting on the other side of the bracket, though. Again, you did hear, again, CJ swept Squiddy. We heard that before, and now Blurry is playing CJ. Again, we're going to see if we can get that update for you all.
Numbers for you, Sporty,
if
you want to know.
The
Blurry CJ match right now. Game 1 went to CJ. I don't know the scoreline for that, but Game 1 did go to CJ. Game 2, currently 2 minutes, 15 seconds on the clock. It's 6-4. Blurry is up. Uh-oh, as I speak. 5-6. CJ gets another one there. 2 minutes, 10 seconds. CJ one down, and he has the previous game win. So if he wins this one, then it will be a sweep. Blurry hanging on by 1 goal right now, 1 goal lead. I will let you know more once the updates come through.
Yes, again, I can also potentially on my I have a display screen. I can actually.
Ooh, yeah, watch party. You want to do a watch party?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. We can do a little watch party. Actually, I definitely have that set up.
They're tied, Sporty. 2 minutes left. They're tied. Yeah,
that's fun.
Let's get in there quick.
Make sure actually. Oh, okay, it's a link. Let me make sure I get to the link. As again, quickly we will be going to see Vexilad's stream.
I hate to keep bombarding you with updates, but CJ's winning now. There was 3 goals very quickly. That's nice.
We have an ad going on. I've muted the sound, so don't worry. Won't be a problem, but I'm going to make sure I pull up Vexilad's stream. Anyways, just so that we can see what's going on. You won't be able to hear it.
Oh, they're here to hear us hearing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They can hear us hearing it. We'll give our reactions. It's Rocket League reaction content.
Yeah. As
Ooh, what a save!
what a save. That is nice. CJ's still winning. CJ, that's gonna be 8, right?
Yeah, nice.
Should be 8.
When I checked in, Blurry was up by 2, and since then, now CJ has put 4 in a row up. Second I started watching, CJ took off.
Well, good for him. Again, it's not an easy thing to do.
Oh yeah.
As I'm still trying to find a way to make sure I get the back of this whole thing up for me. Where is display screen? Here we go. Let's go to the second. Here we go. I got it up for you all. There we go. I got it up. I got it on my second monitor. It is a little laggy, guys, but hopefully you guys can see what's happening here. Again, CJ currently leading by 2. I'm really impressed by how he's going. Is now flip reset. Oh, what a save from Blurry. CJ, Crouton, this is actually quite close.
Yeah, really close.
You can hear. I mean, you guys can't hear it, but Vexy is really hyped right now. Love to hear it.
I would be too.
I mean, these guys went to game 3 last time, and it was CJ who won. So Blurry's trying to do the same thing here, but he's trying to take over.
Yeah, it was Blurry who originally won.
But again, now sound has been muted just so that we don't hear this. But again, apparently Blurry was up 6-2 at one point in this game.
Oh, I never saw that.
That's incredible from CJ to come back.
Yeah.
Thank you, Selfie in chat. That's an incredible scoreline. Oh, that's a giveaway though. Blurry, can he score it? Wait, yes he can. Yeah, he's got it. He's got it. CJ overcommitted. Blurry's come back. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's close.
I wasn't following Vexy. Why was I tried to
You better be following him, man.
man.
You better be following Vexy Lad.
I wasn't.
On Twitch,
I wasn't.
Vexy_Lad, VXY_LAD. Better follow this guy. Good bump from CJ. Do we see overtime?
It must be in overtime.
It may not be, though.
CJ's
going to have at least one chance here left in this game if he takes the dribble. Okay, good stop from Blurry. Wait. Yeah, okay, let the ground. Overtime. Okay, we are going to overtime. I haven't seen an overtime 1v1 in a while. And not for this tournament. Matches have been mostly one-sided. I don't know. Did you see any overtimes?
We had one overtime, you and I, a couple matches ago. That's it.
That's it. Blurry's taking game 2. Blurry's taking game 2. Oh, that's incredible.
Wow.
As while that's happening, I'm gonna make sure I shift the stream over to my main monitor. So
you might raid Vexy so everybody could watch that final match. That's gonna be a crazy.
Yeah, we might have to. We might honestly have to. I was gonna hope to watch this so that we could see who wins on stream. I really don't know. Should we raid them right now? If we can recap it. The thing is, we can recap this tomorrow.
What's that?
I think that's what we're gonna do. I think we're gonna recap this tomorrow. So.
Yes, yeah, we'll recap. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go give them a raid here, guys. We're going into game 3. EJ won last time. Let's raid. Let's give him a raid here. Because wow, what a night! Make sure you tell stream to have a great night. We'll see you guys again tomorrow. Same stream, same time. We're gonna see the rest of this tournament very likely, and we'll also watch part of the finals. We will watch part of the finals though. Yep. We'll totally do that. We'll watch part of the whole finals. We'll take it all through it. But again, thank you all so much. We're gonna raid. See you guys tomorrow for more Unknown Esports 1v1 Showcase action.